One sec. Should I put earphones in? Why am I
Chris has got some Halloween chocolate. We're live though. It's the post-fight podcast. It's the SCMP MMA fight companion for ONE Championship NextGen. Chris, freshly shaved. Look at that, looking fresh. Show us the chocolate again.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm here the week before Halloween with my Halloween chocolate. So getting ready for it. And also with Christmas coming, I've got myself a nice lattice mince pie. So
okay.
Lattice mince pie. What's a lattice mince pie?
It's got a lattice on the top, so it's open.
Right. So it's a mince pie with snazzy pastry.
Yeah. How's your, as they call it.
How's your Halloween, Leon, as well? You good?
Yeah, it's been non-stop, really partying, trick-or-treating.
Yeah, Leon's like the new bachelor of Bali. You know, he's out every night. Can't get hold of him. I'm trying to be like, Leon, you want to do the fight companion? Like, oh, man's too busy. Just socialize.
No, I did have a mess. Was it last weekend, the weekend before, when you messed me about Michael Schiavelli? I had a bit of a messy weekend. So I got a bit AWOL for a few days after that.
That's okay. It's okay.
Well,
good to have you back. Yeah, and good to see a few people already in the chat, including Chris, who is here as well. Michael Owens saying hello. What's up, Michael? Danielle. What's up, Danielle? And Dwayne. Hey, Dwayne. Good to see you all. We are here for NextGen, including the semifinals of the ONE Championship Atomweight Grand Prix. I have to give some kind of small announcement. I promised Chatri I would do it because apparently I got it slightly wrong. That what's going on with them and their events is they are still doing an event in December 3. So it's no longer December 5th now. December 3, a live event. So operations as normal in Singapore. It's just they want to move ONE X to potentially January. And I cannot say anything further, but it's basically they're still going to have a live show in early December and one in late December. So Chatri, if you're listening, I hope I've made that clear. But I do think still November has 2 pre-taped events, NextGen 2 and 3. So
I imagine in December they'll do 2 cards in one day, so they can do 2 cards and ONE X. They want it to be big, and I guess
I think there's 2 live shows in December. That's the plan.
2 live shows.
Yeah. Okay, this is pure speculation. Don't quote me on this. Don't say I'm reporting it. My hunch is ONE X is going to be Colorado. That's what I think. It's going to be the first US show.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
And Gary Tonin got the old double jab for nothing. So now he's going to... Yeah, but that's my hunch.
He didn't get it for nothing. He got it to, mutate his future generations.
He got it for 2 weeks. He got it for 2 weeks of immunity. What are you talking about? Nothing.
Yeah, that's
right. I went down a rabbit hole. Let's stop. But yeah, that's my hunch. Not reporting anything. I just think they want to. They might have some kind of window there where they think they can get that show on in America, and perhaps have fans.
He did say though in his post that it was COVID related, the delay.
Yeah, that's what threw me off. It's kind of confusing because they have the website, and I looked on the website, and it's just not giving you any information. It still has the events as it's planned. So what are we supposed to say when we look at it? We're at the mercy of hearing things from him. And
I heard it could be moving back to March. So I was thinking then that possibly could mean that Angela Lee versus the winner of the Grand Prix could take place on ONE X if they got the final win in December still or January.
Yeah, I think that might be, March.
If they do move it back all the way back to March, but then if he's saying January now, then
no, January's just my thought, but March might make sense. Yeah,
I've heard it's going to be pushed back to January.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Tanley and Gary. Their fight's been put off for over a year now, and yeah, putting it back to March would be shit in terms of they have to wait another 5 months, whatever it is. But I guess having a crowd might be better if they can do it right in America.
Oh yeah, 100%. And they're both American fighters, so it kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, and I guess Bibby's in Vancouver or whatever, so he's not too far away. And DJ is Seattle, Washington, or
Washington, yeah.
yeah, and I don't. Rod Tang would have to fly in, but
I'm sure
Sorry,
Rod Tang would love that.
just having my dinner. How is everyone though? What's up in the chat? James Bedell. What's up, James? Main man from Fanatics. Thank you for joining us. Aishin Lam, hello. Quick predictions for tonight. Leon, who's winning? Let's just do the semis for now. Who do you think's going through to the final of the Atomweight Grand Prix?
I think Stamp will win. I think it'll be a tough fight. I think it'll be a decision, but I see Stamp edging it. The other one, I'm so intrigued by because there's so many factors involved in this. Obviously, Olsim's come in last minute. She was preparing for Gian Radzuin, who's got a similar sort of style to Ritu, as in she likes to get the fight down to the ground. Ritu's got a completely different opponent now. So that's going to throw a thing in the works. Olsim as well has just beaten B. Nguyen, who beat Ritu, although controversially. Olsim also just beat Mazar, Myra Mazar, is it, who trained with Ritu and Vol, as did B, trained with Mazar. So there's so many little so many little factors in this. I'm giving a slight edge to Ritu, but I'm kind of set on the fence with this one.
Oh, we'll call you Mr. Fence Sitter. Don't worry about it. Got splinters in your backside.
I wanted to sit on the fence, but I've given an edge. I've given an edge to Ritu. I think her wrestling could make the difference, as good as Olsim's looked on the ground and her takedown defense.
What do you think, Chris? Is Leon sufficiently predicting, or is he?
Yeah, I agree 100% with what Sepiolot is saying here. I agree with Sepiolot, Ritu, and Julie all the way.
I think you agree with me then.
No. I agree with Ritu, but with Julie, I think Julie's going to get it done over Stamp. I think she's just going to expose her. And I think Stamp might be... I think just Julie, out of everyone in the Grand Prix, she has the most well-rounded game. And I just think there's a lot of holes in Stamp that she can just take advantage of. But I think Ritu is just going to go out there and dominate for 3 rounds.
Right. I think in Ritu and Stamp. Just that's my predictions.
So we've all gone for different predictions.
Yeah.
I know.
We'll see who's right. Should we put a wager on it?
I'm the same actually. Yeah. What am I thinking? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think they're both highly intriguing.
Yeah, it should be a couple of good fights.
I mean, this whole Grand Prix. I mean, with it delayed, the final now delayed. It's just another crazy part.
Yeah,
to the whole story.
I wrote some kind of feature on it. It's just been one setback after another. It's kind of sad, but I think John made a good point when we had the podcast last week, where he just said, or was it earlier this week, to say this is what happens in Grand Prix. You know,
it does. But I think it's been even more so in this one, though. There's been even more drama than what we'd expect.
I think the lightweight Grand Prix one had was maybe even more crazy.
I don't know. It had drama, and the flyweight did as well. But to have just for the fact it didn't start till September. I mean, that's crazy in itself.
Yeah,
then we had the whole Hamd and Nice fight, and then Ham pulled out anyway, and then Izuki pulled out 4 days before her semi-final.
Yeah. And the thing you can say about that lightweight Grand Prix in particular is that Daggy probably would have got to the final from his berth anyway, and he got out of the 2 finalists, you actually had one guy who deserved to be here. But if you do have Julie and who's Ritu fighting again?
Jenelyn.
Yeah, if you have these 2 get to the final, it's like they've just come out of nowhere and they've got to the final, right? But I think that gave it a little bit of credence. And the problem is, when it comes to a Grand Prix, they always go worse the shorter the time frame is, right? Like if you look at Bellator, some of their Grand Prix have gone great, and they're the Grand Prix that have taken 1.5 years. And then the Grand Prix that have always gone poorly are the ones they try and get done in 9 months.
I think we've all agreed from day one it's been too rushed, and we'd love to see it spread out a bit more.
I think a Grand Prix, if it's 3 fights, it should be about a year. About a year to me is about right.
Start in January, have the final in December.
I feel, when did we kick this off? September?
Yeah.
So I feel like 4 or 5 months to do a Grand Prix is just, it's far too rushed. Yeah.
3 months, really.
Yeah.
October, November, December.
Yeah, we can argue about it all we want. It's happening. We are here, semi-finals. Do you feel, guys, that a little bit of a sting's been taken out of it? I would say by Itsuki withdrawing because, first of all, Ham pulled out, and now Itsuki, and just seeing from some of the comments on our channel, a lot of people disappointed. It's sort of killed, like popped the balloon slightly, or do you think we're still in for a great event?
Both, I think. I think it's very unfortunate what's happened. We want to see the best fighters win and then compete in the next round. On the other hand, it's drama, and drama's kind of fun. It livens things up, and we have got 2 fun matchups tonight. I mean, in an ideal scenario, I'd rather see the 4 winners in the quarterfinals competing tonight, and like we said before, with a bit more of a gap to prepare more efficiently. But so yes and no.
Yeah, as Michael points out, lightweight tournament had 1 semi-finalist that actually had won a quarterfinal. At least we have 2 this time, Chris. So it's not as bad.
Well, you say that we've still got an hour or 2. Anything can happen.
I mean, I can't blame them if Itsuki Hirata came down with a fever. That's something they can't control. When I first thought it was an injury,
COVID, and then someone gets ill. I mean, that's just added to the craziness.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to bash them too hard because that's something you can't prepare for, right? But look, it's still going to happen. Go ahead, Chris. Sorry.
I think the problem a lot of people just have with people dropping out the Grand Prix is almost everyone you asked before this Grand Prix, if you would have said, name your 2 favorites, almost everyone I know was saying Ham and Denise. And the fact that we kind of lost out because they kind of fought each other and then we lost out on the winner of that. It's kind of like we kind of lost the 2 best, most well-rounded fighters going into the Grand Prix. And I think that's generally what's took the wind out of everyone's sails. But apart from that, man, I think we should be happy with the fights we're getting. Yeah,
particularly as Denise has got such a hardcore following in the Philippines. So that's really affected the Filipinos' perspective of this whole Grand Prix. I mean, like I said, probably Nick's seen as well the comments about, it's gone downhill, Denise should be in it, blah, 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 and all this. So
the fix is the general argument from them. They think Chatri is biased and ONE is biased against Denise. But hey, look, Jenelyn's in now, so got another Filipino in there. So
yeah,
that'd be crazy.
And kind of Chris mentioned it before. I mean, you expect craziness in Grand Prix, so I could quite easily see a Julie versus Jenelyn final because that's the craziest outcome right now. But even if they both won tonight, I wouldn't be 100% confident they're going to fight in the final, even if they'd made the final 6 months away, because crazy things happen in Grand Prix. Drama happens. It's almost impossible.
I think one of the good things is like whatever happens in this tournament, we Angela, whoever's the champion after all the dust settles, there's a bunch of people who are now in the mix for title shots and things, and I think the division is on fire, and there is a real mix now at the top of title contenders. You've got Ham, you got Denise, whoever wins and loses tonight, everyone's in the mix.
That's a great point.
I have one question for my 2 boys here, Leon and Nick. Out of these 4 semi-finalists, if you had to choose one right now to fight Angela Lee and cause her the most problems, who would you choose?
Oh,
that's a brilliant question.
Yeah,
I mean, I was kind of thinking about that. I was thinking about that this week, and I didn't really come to a conclusion.
To me, I still look at it and I think Julie. I think there's nowhere where there's going to be a huge disparity in technique or ability. That's why I just keep thinking Julie for some reason.
You could be right.
We'll have a better idea in a few hours.
Yeah. Like I just think Ritu, great wrestling, but look what B2 did to her. Angela can do that to another level. And then you look at what people have done on the ground to Stamp. Angela can do that to another level to Stamp. So that's why I just keep thinking I'm kind of in Team Julie just because I think she's the one with the most answers for Angela.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. So I was thinking I can't see any of the 4 beating Angela Lee in 2022, potentially down the road, like Ritu, Itsuki, who's not competing, but their potential, Stamp potential in a few years. But right now, I can't see. Whereas if Denise and Ham were still in the tournament, they would be fun matchups where people would be going, not sure who's going to win this. So, yeah, I think that's probably the most disappointing thing of all the drama, the fact that I can't see any of them beating Angela. Although saying that, Ritu or Stamp or Julie may put on such a big performance tonight, I may be saying something completely different in 3 hours' time and go, you know what? I could see them giving Angela a tough fight. Particularly Angela's going to be coming back from pregnancy and a long layoff. So she might not hit the ground running.
True. There's some comments here. I'll just get out of the way. Corvina Stoker saying hard to bet against Ritu after she took care of Meng Bo. Absolutely. That performance for me was a breakout performance for Meng Bo. Scorpion saying King Iraj Azizpour. Yeah, let's not forget the other fights on this card, guys. We got a big fight there. Cricklier sadly had to pull out again because of an undisclosed illness, they said. So what is it now? Anderson Silva against Iraj Azizpour, am I right?
Yeah, that's it.
It's Silva coming in again on late notice to save the fight.
Well,
we've also got. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'll mix it up. I'll ask one more question. Apart from those two semi-finals, what fight on the card are you guys most looking forward to?
Jared Brooks and Lito Adewang. That is going to be fireworks, I think.
What do you say on this card?
Is it on this card?
No, on this card.
On this card.
Yeah, I was saying Jared and Lito, right? That's the opener.
That's not on this card.
They're headlining NextGen 3.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been moved.
It's always NextGen 3.
No, it wasn't. It was on this card originally.
This is Isaev and Stoica.
Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure it was on this card.
Not since they turn this card into 3 cards. It's always going to headline.
Oh god, shit changes every week, every day. Sorry. The original card I saw had that on this. So, I mean, you know when we had that podcast where I revealed the lineup.
I think they've always, well, since they released the card, that's always been the headline.
Maybe I'm wrong. Sorry, guys. Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Well, on this card then, what am I looking forward to most? I can't lie. I'm looking forward to these semifinals. I know there's some other good fights on there, but I think all the drama that's at play and all the marbles, as they say, there's a lot on the line here, a lot of consequences, a lot at stake. So I'm going to be boring and play with that, but I'm sure there's some other good fights there. You know, Anderson and
Grishchenko. Johnson. His
is the one.
Oh, Kirill Grishchenko, right?
Yeah.
That should be good. Yeah.
Someone's got to go.
Dustin Johnson making a debut. Yeah, sorry.
And quickly point back to what you said a minute ago, Nick. Yeah, I think it's a great point. The fact that when this Grand Prix is over, this atomweight division is in such a good state. I think a bit like the men's heavyweight division. Not that there's a women's heavyweight division, but the heavyweight division.
Should be.
It's one of the divisions that has improved the most in the last couple of years. And for the next few years, it's only going to get better. Yeah. So, that was a good point.
Well, that's what I keep saying is you look at it, and that's why I keep saying I think this heavyweight fight tonight is so exciting because it's just more depth in a division where we need more depth. And I keep looking at it, and every time I think about it and people ask me, which division on the men's side would you want a Grand Prix in? I keep thinking heavyweight or welterweight is the two I'd want, and probably heavyweight because of the talent they keep signing.
I agree. I'd love to see a heavyweight Grand Prix, but I'd love to see more probably middleweight or light heavyweight. Just that means they've got to bring in at least 8 athletes to compete in it. So then, at least once the Grand Prix is finished, we know we've got at least 8 fighters in that division.
Yeah.
Right. Here's a question from Drones671. Is Christian Lee in Guam? I swear I saw him or someone similar to him. Maybe. I don't think so. I think he's in Hawaii. I just saw I'd liked a picture of him with his family. I saw on Instagram. I think he's in Hawaii. I don't think he's in Guam. But maybe someone clue me in if he is. I don't know why he would be. But anything else from anyone? Yeah, we already had that. So losing so many atomweights, it's going to be Angela versus Victoria Lee final, says Alcy. Oh God. Never. I actually posited the theory in a column or some kind of feature I did the other day that what do you guys think? Could Angela step in and do what her brother did, be in the final of her own Grand Prix, if shit goes south and everyone is injured after tonight and there's like 4 knockouts or whatever, if there's like a bunch of crazy shit, could Angela do what Christian did and fight one of the winning semi-finalists?
I think that's a great question, but I don't think so, because I think they've had more alternative bouts. They've had more names. I think they would go for someone outside of it and wait for Angela to fight the winner. I think there's a slightly different dynamic now, but that's a good point. You can never rule anything out, but I wouldn't have thought so.
If the final is on whatever, if they delay this final till the 10th anniversary card and it's on a big showcase in America on TNT or whatever network they're on, like they did with Christian when the final was on TNT, right? Do you not think, Chris, perhaps Angela could slide in if, say, one of the semi-finalists isn't ready to go? I'm throwing some stuff out there.
Quite possibly, but I don't think it's a possibility. I think coming straight off a pregnancy, I think every extra month she can get while waiting for the winner of this Grand Prix is better. And I think actually taking on the Grand Prix winner just adds a little bit more credence to everything she's done so far in the sport, because you do look at it now and you think, okay, she is the best atomweight right now in ONE Championship, but at the same time, she hasn't fought Ham, she hasn't fought Denise, she hasn't fought Stamp, she hasn't fought Ritu, she hasn't fought all the top fighters right now. She fought all the best fighters from 2 or 3 years ago, and I respect that to her. But currently, she hasn't fought anyone, arguably, that you'd put in your top 5 right now.
I agree with everything you said there. And I think she's kind of benefited from this whole Grand Prix. I think the fact that it's delayed, like Chris said, gives her more time to prepare, to get match fit. And also the fact that whoever it's going to be has a rush Grand Prix as well. They're going to come out of it probably with bumps and bruises, and they're probably going to have a quick turnaround as well, because Angela will probably want them to not have too much time between the final and their fight. So I think Angela's benefited from all the drama, and the fact there's been so many injuries and people coming in and out, and and the fact that she's not going to fight Denise or Ham. So I think everything's benefited her, really.
All right, quickly, Michael is saying, while you're hating on Stamp, her striking would surely be poison for Angela. And
her striking would be poison for Angela, but as we just saw in PFL the other night, Clarissa Shields will be striking for a lot of MMA artists, but this is MMA, not just striking, Michael. Don't know if you've realised that.
I was thinking this watching the Chris things. I was comparing her to Stamp. Stamp had the advantage of the fact coming from Muay Thai, she's already doing kicks, knees, elbows, clinching. That's a big advantage over someone who's coming from the boxing world.
But you never know as well, and you don't know what kind of head state Michael's in at the moment with the amount of oil that's probably running down the thigh, and he's probably getting high off those fumes, from what I hear. All that Saudi money.
Oh,
I wonder where you were going with that.
Yeah.
Oil?
Hey, let's see. Maybe Michael's not a fan of the takeover of Newcastle. We'll see. Don't want to put words in his mouth. But
talking of Stamp, how weird is it here? How weird does it sound when they're referring to Stamp without saying Stamp Fairtex? I mean, guys like Rod Tang, Nongo, Sam A, I very rarely use their last names anyway, but Stamp, it's always Stamp Fairtex.
Well, I inquired and said, has she left Fairtex or something?
No,
they said, no, she hasn't.
They're doing it for all the Thai fighters. They're not,
I know, but
on the fight cards,
I think it works. I think she's up there now in terms of recognition with some of the most famous Thai fighters.
I'm just saying, it just sounds weird. Stamp Fairtex. You always say Fairtex after Stamp, where it's not really the case with Rod Tang. I mean,
yeah. Well, people at my SCMP, they all thought her surname was actually Fairtex and things. And
I would have done a few years ago. Yeah, I mean,
but generally it's all sponsorship, right? So I would assume if she has no affiliation with Fairtex, because some people in the past have changed their fighting names in Muay Thai before because they've changed gyms.
Yeah, well, they usually take their gym's last name. Like most of them are named after their gyms, like Fairtex, obviously, and Pitching D Academy, and but with some of them, like Gayangadal, like Yongo, that's the sponsor. That's like a fast food restaurant in Thailand.
Kip Moon is also one, isn't it? Right? Yeah, that's a sponsorship. Isn't Kip Moon 9 Channel 9? Am I right there? I think that's
that's a
Channel 9
Stoker.
Muay Thai fights. Yeah, I think so. I might be wrong. But yeah, but there is a few guys and you see them and it's like, I recognize him. And then you realize, oh, 2 years ago, he changed his
Yeah.
sponsorship. So he's got a new name. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh. And as
There's
well,
that as
what you
well.
find as well, a lot of the Thai fighters, even their first name that they use, Rod Tang's your name isn't Rod Tang or Stamp's name isn't even Stamp. A lot of the Thai fighters, they use a nickname and a sponsorship name. So it looks
Exactly,
nothing
yeah.
like their passport.
There's that as well, yeah.
Leon, you were probably jealous when you found that out because you were probably thinking, could have committed a few more crimes back in the day. I have to give my government name in.
Yeah.
Michael Owens says if Chris isn't careful, I'll tell MBS he's been slugging him off. Yeah, Chris, watch
Who's
out.
MBS?
Mohammed bin Salman, is that it? Salman.
Yeah.
The head of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, the crown
I
prince.
do think it's a good
Crown
idea
Prince.
though,
Yeah.
because like some of the last names are so long, like and they join them all together. So I've heard people go, what kind of surname's that? But then if they put a gap like between like Muay Thai gym at the end, then you realise it's not an actual name.
Oh yeah,
All right.
definitely. I think just sometimes you get a little bit confused, particularly when you have some fighters and some intergenerational fighters, and then you actually have a fighter who has a son who's also a fighter, but they train at a different gym, so they have a different nickname. Makes for some fun and confusion, particularly if your friends don't know what's going on.
Ritu or Angela, sorry guys, if quickly from Aishin, if that happens, who wins?
From everything I've seen so far, Angela.
Leon.
Well, right now, yeah, Angela.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Angela, yeah.
I think a lot of people do always forget. I think Ritu is 2.5 years older than Angela, right? Am I right about that?
I think she's 26.
Yes.
27.
Angela is still 25, I think.
Yeah.
And 23, so.
Yeah, but I think experience trumps age.
Oh, yeah. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, a lot of people try and say that Ritu is going to change a lot when she's pretty much very close to her prime, right?
Yeah, 27's kind of approaching her prime, but yeah, she's still a baby in MMA terms. Obviously, she's got the lifetime in wrestling, which is huge. But actually,
I was very
MMA
impressed by
striking...
Ritu last time. I think Ritu, I thought Ritu was, this just sounds harsh to me. I thought, she was one trick pony. She had the wrestling. She survived from, I was very surprised by that result. So I think Ritu could be.
How she survived that first round was commendable in itself. And then to turn it around and then dominate the second and third round was,
Because Meng Bo's legit. Meng Bo's legit.
Yeah, and particularly 2 fights before that against B. Ewan, she completely gassed in the third round. One of the most tired I've ever seen any fighter. So to turn that around and to improve her gas tank, I mean, maybe there were circumstances before the B. Ewan fight because wrestlers don't tend to tire really, and she's never shown any sign of tiring before. So that's a strange one.
Yeah, Danielle saying, I think Angela will win against Ritu. Ritu is dangerous and strong, though.
Yeah, we both totally agree. Ritu is a tough out, but just on everything we've seen, particularly as of lately, you've got to go with Angela. And, I mean, when was the last time Angela fought someone of B's level? Probably you have to go back to Jenny Huang or even before then. So it's very tough to compare. It's still possible to argue Ritu is still a work in progress.
Yeah,
I think
and
so.
Not only that, if Ritu wins tonight, if she wins the final, she's got that more experience, that confidence. She fights Angela, who hasn't fought for so long, has had a baby. Now that does.
Well, if Ritu wins the Grand Prix, she's had 5 fights in the year, and Angela's had none in over 2 years.
She's had 7 in the last 2 years. I mean, it wasn't that long ago she made her debut. I think it might have been 2019.
Yeah.
I think and with COVID as well, that's a lot of fights to start your career off.
Well, the show is underway. Chevello and Dragon are welcoming everyone there. This is all about the Atomweight World Grand Prix semi-finals, guys. I think, not
I
to
think so, but then it
disrespect
is a
anyone on the
fun card.
cards.
I think Chris
It's
mentioned
always a
there's lots
fun
of heavyweight
card, yeah.
fun cards. Yeah,
Always
but
fun.
some are more fun than others. This is fun. I mean,
Absolutely.
just the strawweight bout's intriguing one, the rematch. I feel bad for Jeremy Miedo because Miedo, I don't know if you remember, he starched Dejdan Suishuk. He sparked him out in Bangkok. I remember that vividly as being there. And then they gave him the rematch and he lost the rematch. He done the same thing against Tak Miao, sparked him with that crazy knee, and they've given him the rematch again. It's like, if you win someone that convincingly, what's the point? What's in it for you to rematch them? You're not going to better yourself, really. They've given him one rematch he probably didn't want. Now they've given him a second one. So that's an interesting one. So I feel bad for Jeremy there. He's now training with Denise in Bangkok.
Oh, yeah.
Can I just do a quick shout out to everyone in the comments? Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone watching. And while you're here, can you remember to give us a like and a subscribe? Allow us to cover this more often. We've got 114 people watching and only 7 likes. Come on, let's get to that to 20 likes, guys. Come on. And if you 100% want your comment read out, you can always send us a sticker or a super chat. Every penny helps.
I'm pretty generous with the comments anyway.
Nick, did you speak to Chris about my idea I had last time?
You have a lot of ideas, Leon. What one was this?
Him recording a promo thing, so you can just press your sound effects.
Oh yeah, Leon suggested we record Chris going like full on. Yeah, we'll just press it on the soundboard when I'm in the office.
Subscribe, all that jazz.
I did have
Nick
someone
can just press the button anytime he wants.
I did have someone message me actually recently on the Twitter saying Nick has not been making much use of the soundboard after the first 2 weeks.
Well, I've been at home. I'm at home tonight. I'm not in the office. It's Friday night. You know, I've been in the office all day today. I wanted to come home and have a nice dragon water, Chris. So I don't have the soundboard here. I might buy one myself soon. You know, if
we get the super chats in.
Yeah. But I will say this, I got a lot of big news to drop very soon, guys. In a couple of days, 3 days time, I think I can reveal a lot of fun things that are...
You're finally getting the penis enlargement.
That's it. Yeah, I've been crying out for it for my whole life. Leon, cat's out the bag. Leon just dropped it.
I ruined it.
My grandparents watched this stream, Leon. He doesn't know what to say.
I apologize to Granddaddy Edward Bailey.
I'm only joking. It's a reduction.
That's what his ex said he needed.
Oh my! This is a PG show, guys.
This is what I love now. I love a little bit of this. I like us getting to see the athletes going out onto this stage.
Yeah, we've got
I've got a little quick Michael Scavello story. I see him all the time at the hotel, the fight hotels and at events, and you say hello to each other, and that was it, really, just hello and that. And then one day, I think one of the team, I won't mention their name, but they'd had some sort of operation, and Michael joked, "Oh, he should have had a penis enlargement," and I went, "I'm thinking of having a penis reduction." And he laughed, and since then, we've just talked more. I think you just thought, someone with my same sense of humour.
Yeah.
I think since then he welcomed me into his world a little bit more. After
yeah. Joke. Just great minds think alike, huh?
Yeah.
Well, Iraj Azizpour.
He's a big old boy.
Big boy.
He weighed in the limit, and wasn't very hydrated. Only just past hydration.
What do you guys think of? Did you see my thing with Rich Franklin, where he responded to the thing about Angela that Estela Nunes said?
I've watched it. What did Estela Nunes?
Estela Nunes said Angela missed weight in 2017 for the title fight, and then she said, "Oh, she weighed in like 128 pounds." And then Rich was like, "Well, actually, that fight was at atomweight, so it was 115." So I kind of see he was saying she's inaccurate, but I do remember Matt Scott, who was there for the post back in the day.
I was there. That was one of my first ever events.
You were there, yeah. And Estella was raving about it at the time, right? She was. That's all she could say was Angela missed weight. Angela missed weight. But
Angela, she just had, was it not glandular fever, another
a pneumonia, yeah.
a pneumonia or something like that, just before and came in and and still got the job done. That's pretty impressive. That was my first. That was one of the events where I first covering one. Didn't know a single fighter on the card, not even the main event. Had to learn everyone.
Oh yeah, that was like me in Tokyo the first time. It's like I know DJ, I know Eddie. I sort of knew Ongla, and then that was about it. And then
I started covering one the same time I discovered one.
Yeah,
crazy.
I was 2019 March, pretty much. That's crazy. It's been a whirlwind 2.5 years.
Yeah, I went to Macau because Kev told me to go.
He just told you.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, go. And I went.
See you, Chris.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I'm glad I went, and like I say, very excited to announce some things very soon.
You sound like Dana White. He's always got a big announcement coming up.
Big up Percy here.
Big up Percy, all you want.
If B got an alternate fight, came through, got dropped into the final, and won the whole thing.
That's what I was saying. If we had more time, B could have slotted right into that against Ritu, and you've got the rematch vibes there.
We need an alternate final or a third place playoff of sorts.
They won't have third, fourth player, but yeah, I think an alternative atomweight matchup. So if anything happens in the final, which is probable the way things going, someone could step in.
Right, Bogdan Stoica has the best nickname ever. The Bucharest bad boy. Yeah. I've got to say it.
His brother already competes. Andre competes in one.
Andre, yeah. All right, I don't think I made a prediction on this fight, but who are we picking? So I get down to my.
He's coming off that crazy 82-second knockout that one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen.
If you haven't already, please go to Fanatics.
On the Fanatics app. Nick has not made a single pick for the night.
I thought I did. Shit. All right, I'm doing it very quickly. All right, very quickly. Who you got? I know what the rules are. I go Stamp. I'm going Ritu. I'm going. Oh shit. I'm going Araj Azizpour.
Yeah, I'm going.
Kirill.
You're going
I'm
Kirill,
going with Lee, and then my boy Baby Lant. All right, that's my official picks.
I also have Isaev. I also have Litamiao. I went for Dustin Johnson over Kirill. I went for Anderson Silva over
Kirill's the truth. Kirill is the truth.
And then I have Ritu and Julie by decision.
Julie by decision. All right.
Quickly, before the card.
I'll leave you boys for 1 sec. Hang on.
Hamzat Shimiev, what the hell was going on with his weigh-ins? Did you see that?
I don't know, man. They looked a little bit touch and go. Everyone I know says he made it very easily, but he was doing a little bit the old DC pushing down on the towel.
How were they even letting that happen? He done it the first time. He was holding the towel down. And he weighed 71.5.
But his arm was touching someone else's hand as well. And even if you touch someone else's hand, that's taking a tiny little bit of weight off. Yeah. It's not on.
How was that allowed? Then he came back and they let him do it again, and he weighed 166.5. And the woman goes, "Well, he's just lost 5 pounds." But when he had nothing left, thing, and they made him come out again. And somehow he weighed 171, and he with his hands up in the air. But how is he allowed twice to push the towel down? I mean, I find that I hate that. For me, that's blatant cheating. Like DC, I think DC. Because he's so likable, everyone's forgotten that he blatantly cheated to make weight that fight.
Khabib
for me, that's nothing worse than cheating.
Khabib did it in the Gaethje fight, right? I think he did. Yeah, he pushed down on the towel. I think it was the Gaethje fight in
was a bit dodgy as
Abu Dhabi. Yeah,
that was dodgy as well.
Yeah,
I mean, for me, that's how is that allowed? I do not know.
No,
that's such a. I mean, you know me, I normally defend the promotion and normally go, or I play devil's advocate. There's no defending that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
He's taking a little bit too long to get into the ring, isn't he? Here.
God, these are big old boys, aren't they?
Yeah.
Izzyov, he lost to Braddock Silva. He lost to Silva in his one debut, and then obviously scored one of the knockouts of the year in his second fight.
I was so hyped for Jared against Lito. I'd built it up in my mind that it was on tonight, and now I'm upset.
That's a good main event as well, because
that makes sense.
not only are they both two of the best strawweights in the world, there's bad blood there as well. They've been going back and forth in interviews.
This is what I was telling Chatri. We were texting a bit. I was like, it's so confusing, man. I've got PRs telling me one thing. I've got your website telling me another. I've got you telling me another thing. One, are not good at the communication. Do you know what I mean? Is that a fair assessment? Do you hear that stuff, Leon, like differing what's on which
I think just a good example is their schedule on the website. There's so many, particularly during the pandemic, when things, to be fair, were changing a lot, but it's not difficult every time you change something to just quickly change your website. It's not difficult to do that. Or that should be someone's role that looks after it, and it's bang, always up to date, even when things are changing.
Yeah. I mean, look, it still says on their website that they have Warrior Series, Hero Series, Rich Franklin's show. It still says they have the Infinity Series. What Infinity Series?
Infinity. That was fun while it was.
It still says on the website, Infinity is our annual showcase show. And it's like, you can delete that for now, right?
I do like the direction they're going in more now. The fact that they are embracing more of the trash talk. They're using the word fight. They're not shying away from that. And I get the feeling in the past, they've almost been ashamed of things. Like I remember when I was at King of the Jungle in the last card before the pandemic in Singapore. I got told off for taking a photo of the empty crowd. Like they were like almost embarrassed by that. I'm like, it's a pandemic.
Who told you off?
I won't mention their names. But yeah, they were kind of embarrassed by the fact there was no fans. I'm like, it's out of your control. Like
it's an empty arena.
Remember UFC's first time? Nick, what's his name? Not Nick. What's the matchmaker called? Not Shelby.
Sean Shelby, Hunter Maynard.
He's there making videos of himself clapping because he's the only person making noise. They had fun with it. You know what I mean? And things like fighters missing weight. It was never announced before. Now, if a fight has to weigh in on the morning and they failed one of their hydration tests, they started to announce that.
Well, I think a lot of it was
we want more transparency
to do with a certain person who is no longer there, and I
find that crazy. He had that much. What's the word? That much thing when he was PR man. Not. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's my 2 cents. I think. And
but I think we all
now this
agree
person's obsessed with technology.
We want more transparency.
And here we go, guys. The fight.
Here we go. The fight is on. Chris EB, bro, love you from India, says Rahul Rush.
Yeah.
These are big old boys, aren't they, for light heavyweight?
Ollie out, says Chris.
Oh. Don't know who that was. He said that.
Yeah, who? Is one still with TNT? Percy.
Isn't it up at the end of the year?
Up in the year.
In December.
I've heard that it might not get renewed, and one is looking for another partner in the US.
I thought it already run out because they were looking for a new.
Oh, someone's down. Here we go.
For the ONE X card.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. Doc Nugget says there's a problem with the stream on Bleacher. I don't know, Doc Nugget. If there is, we'll try and give you updates here. Dwayne says, will you guys ever enable the clip feature for the live streams? I don't know what that is, Dwayne. Please tell me. Do I have to press a button?
Not doing much.
You know about this, Chris? Clips.
I have no idea.
All right. Tell me, Dwayne, and I'll put it on. And you can clip us whenever Chris says something stupid or Leon says something ridiculous. You can clip it, put it on Twitter.
Oh, that's
and
what it means.
you can come back and haunt
Oh,
us.
God. Do you mean I'm going to have to be more careful what I say?
All right, here we go. Oosh.
I just don't understand why Stoker isn't thrown a little bit more.
Debut nerves, possibly.
Oh my God. Oof, oof. Danny also saying, cannot watch the fight in the US. What happened to the stream? I don't know, Danny. Apparently some problems with Bleacher.
You would think if there's a problem, they'd be working on it like crazy to get resolved ASAP.
All right. Sounds like some shit going on with Bleacher. So, Chris and Leon, give everyone a summary of that first round for all the poor people in America who cannot watch it right now because the Bleacher Report is down.
Come on, Chris.
I would probably say it's pretty tough to call. The problem is you have Isaev has probably been a little bit more busy, thrown a little bit more, but he hasn't really done much damage. He hasn't really been able to get through Stoker's guard. Stoker's looked to get busy, but he looks as if he's been a little bit tempted, looking for a knockout punch and pretty much trying to look out for a knockout with the feet or a big blow to the body, which hasn't quite happened. You probably have to give that 10-9 to Isaev, though, just on being a little bit more busy. It was a slightly disappointing first round from Stoker, but slightly disappointing from both in that one was busy but wasn't doing damage, and the other one was doing damage but wasn't really throwing enough.
Pretty much nailed it.
Yeah, nailed it.
I think everyone on a 10-9.
And that was you timed it perfectly in 60 seconds.
Yeah, on the button from CEB, Chris Edwards Bailey. Fights are live now in the US on Bleacher Report. See us, says Ryan Davis.
Oh.
Keep us open on another browser, Ryan, at least.
He's just using us.
Keep us open on a browser.
Chris for his brilliant analysis. Yeah.
Put us on mute. Give us a like. Run up the algorithm. Share it to all your friends. Create 20 different accounts on the 20 different emails, man. If everyone watching this did it, wow, we'd be rolling in the money, guys.
Exactly.
We'd be like Scrooge McDuck dumping into the bathtub full of coins.
Dork Nugget. So, these fights are live. These ones are. These ones tonight are live. The next couple cards are pre-recorded. But stay with us, guys. Keep it up on another browser and have a chat. Get involved in the live chat here. Have it on one browser and another. It's fun. That's what we do.
Put it on your phone and one super app.
This is a much better round from Stoica.
Oh, Ryan Davis is here, my man. Thanks for sticking with us. World War I Tim, one of our favorites, saying, nah, the stream is still private. Keep watching SCMP. Can't argue with you. Anyways, Chris, since you gave such a good analysis, let's do it again. What's going on this second round?
See, this is just so tough to call because you've got Isaev just time and time again, and he's putting together combinations and he's getting one through constantly. But then Stoica, that's a spinning shot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was a spinning back elbow there, and I was just thinking, this isn't Muay Thai. This is kickbox.
Olivier,
and I know
Stoica
does have the Muay Thai outfit on with the straps around the biceps, but this is kickboxing. But it is that where he's getting all these combinations, but he's just getting one punch through. But that one punch is just getting him constant scores of the judges. But Stoica is trying the better kicks. He's doing a little bit more to the lower body, but Isaev is primarily just boxing and using his kicks really for range. There we go.
Oh, is his legs wobbly?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got a little bit of wobble in the left. His hands have dropped.
Oh, knee.
Stoker really
Oh,
needs to
down.
forward. Oh! And there we go.
The Bucharest bad boy.
Damn.
The two Bs, the Bucharest bad boy and the Bali bad boy, right here on the podcast with us.
I don't think he's fully recovered yet. That was a pretty quick.
Oh, wild swinging.
Oh, no.
Oh, Stoica really. 8 seconds is this without another strike after wobbling him?
Got third round.
I don't understand the point after wobbling him then after knocking him down. Why go 8 seconds there without throwing a strike?
And why? I can't remember seeing that happen before. You've just knocked someone down. He's got back up and you give him a glove touch. Why?
Yeah.
I've never seen that before. Like, that's not really a killer instinct.
Is that all even on the scorecards then? A 10-9 and a 10-8?
A 10-8 round, yeah. So probably, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to call it 18-18. 19-18.
Mary says it's playing here. Tyler says it's live in the USA on Bleacher Report. I don't know what's going on, but stick with us as well. Keep us open on another browser, another tab, and get it in the conversation. It's good fun. Dwayne says, just found out the clipping feature is only for specific creators for now. I don't know if that involves us, but tell me more, Dwayne, and then we can clip up Leon saying ridiculous things.
And here we go.
Here we go. Third round.
All you'll get from me on clips is just fantastic questions and spot-on predictions.
An out-of-date analysis from football, though, not MMA.
So we're looking at a possible draw now. If IZF wins this round.
What happens on Fnatic?
Actually, there's no draws. What I mean is we could end up level on the scorecards. And then we'll see who they give it to. Because IZF started off this round the better.
What's going on with your mic, Chris? You got the old headphones in today.
My mic, okay. I'm on the mic, but I've got the headphones in, so you're not blaring out, so then I can have the ONE Championship on the television.
All right.
Just gives a slightly better environment for me to watch the fights.
Yeah, poor old Leon has to watch in silence.
On mute.
Yeah.
I've got your two voices to.
Yeah, to tell the truth, I've got it on really low. I don't really like listening to the commentary. I think it takes away from the fights, and I think it kind of muddles you up because I think they influence you quite a lot. Oh wow.
Stoica
down on a knee.
He needs to do something special now to win this fight.
This man looks gassed.
What a fight. Good opener.
Maybe that's why he didn't go for the kill at the end of the second round. Maybe he didn't want to empty the gas tank. Was he gassed or was he just hurt? Or both?
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
He has stepped up a gear this last round.
This is it.
This is his best round.
Yeah.
I mean, he edged the first round because there wasn't that much. Not a lot happened.
This is an easy victory for Isaev, it looks like.
Well, he's making this round look easy.
Yeah. Man, Stoica looks absolutely gassed, man. It makes you think they're fighting at Mount Everest.
He looks like he might not last the last 30 seconds.
No.
30 seconds.
Put him on a stool to finish the round.
He's going to step in. He's going to step in. Olivia Costa almost stepped in then.
What a fight.
Well, my prediction was looking dodgy in that second round.
Yes. I was like, damn it, Leon, you fucked up.
I was thinking it's not often I get off to a losing start on the night. For some reason, I normally get the first one right.
Well, just to make you happy, just so you know, John Honko and Michael Owens both backed Stoica to win. So
Oh, what
they're starting the night
losers!
off with an L. Yeah, what
What
losers?
losers! What idiots!
Who is John Honko? Who's Michael Owens? Sorry. Losers.
I'll tell you what, though, after the first round was a little bit uneventful, that fight got better and better as it went on.
It did. Percy, this is live. This is live. Next two cards are pre-recorded, so I don't know if it gives you extra enjoyment. I think it does. This is live. Dapper Dom Lau, Hong Kong's own Dominic Lau, with the result here. My gym buddy.
Oh, did you post something on Twitter about this, about the fight companion? If so,
No.
I would have shared it.
I didn't. Isaev wins. I will put a link up now. Sorry, I always forget. Jesus. Let's go. You know, though, Leon, now we got some competition. We gotta hype up our links.
I put in the group. I'll tell you what, my group suddenly, mate, still at the Asian Persuasion MMA group, still going strong. Two of the one posts I posted this week, the fight card, the new tonight's fight card got over 700 likes, which is pretty crazy in a group of 8,000 people. And then the new brackets got over 500 likes.
Oh Jesus!
Wow. Which is
like fake likes, like the ones that they have on Asian MMA or what?
Nah, no, these are real. It's a group. I mean, these are like this. My good posts, my popular posts on the page with 150,000 followers got like 500-700 likes.
That's cool.
Yes, that's pretty cool. Still a little bit of life in the Asian Persuasion MMA Facebook.
A little bit of life. Don't count them out yet.
I shouldn't say that. I'll wake up tomorrow and the group would be removed.
Yeah. One NextGen fight companion. Come and join us. I'm just sending out a tweet.
Go, I'll retweet it.
Please. Live now with Chris EB MMA and Leon APMA for the SCMP MMA #1 NextGen fight companion. Come and join us.
Yeah.
That'll do.
So, Leon, here's the big question. What are you dressing up as tomorrow night for All Hallows Eve?
Well, I'm not, am I? I've got to pull an all-nighter because the UFC is going at local time in Yas Island.
Well, I guess when you cover the UFC, Leon, I guess you could just get naked and cover it. That's scary enough.
You're making my ribs hurt. I really hurt my ribs today. And it hurts to laugh.
Oh dear. Oh man.
Yeah, I might just dress up as I'll tell you what, I'm going to dress up as someone who hasn't been vaxxed because that's pretty scary to some people.
Yeah. Hey.
Oof. Did you retweet me yet? Do it.
No. I've got my phones on mute, so I wouldn't have. Let's give it a cheeky little retweet. I don't think Halloween's really a thing on Bali.
Okay.
But saying that, I mean, I've lived in Southeast Asia now for 4 or 5 years, so Halloween's, that sort of thing, and never really a...
People like to dress up, though. If you go to the right place, you'll find people who want to dress up.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there will be. I think my mate said there's some Halloween things going on here on the island, but it's not like, well, saying that, I've seen it all over. I've never seen so many people dress up so far ahead of the actual Halloween night. Like, it seems a bit crazy.
But did you hear in Bali, the cartoonist who was found dead in his villa?
Was it Leo?
In Bali?
No. Yeah, cartoonist found dead in his villa. They say it was sketchy.
That's Leon's middle name. Sketchy.
Sketchy.
Oh, nice to see Tan Lee and Arjun on the infomercial here.
Well, boys, what's next up? Hang on, let's have a look.
Jeremy Maiden.
All right, let me look. Yeah, I picked Lee, so there you go. I live and die by my picks.
I'm going Jeremy. I'm
I'm off
going
to a good
the
start
fact
there.
that I think the fact he lost to Dej wrong in the rematch, he's not going to want to do that, lose again to someone he's already knocked Sparko out. And he's training now. Apparently he's training harder and more full time than ever. Now he's in Thailand, away from his family in the Philippines.
What is this video package? Just showing a bunch of the champions. Okay.
Well, then another fact, Lee, he's had one rematch before and he beat that. And he lost the first fight, won the rematch against Sawada, I think.
Who?
Sawada?
Lee. Yeah, he had a rematch
No,
against Sawada, and this is the second time he's fighting
a rematch.
Jeremy Miado. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he might have had a rematch earlier on in his career. I can't remember.
No, I think this is only his second rematch.
Yeah.
Predictions in the chat. Let us know who you think's gonna win this second fight. Let's go. Percy saying, "Did you see Uncle Fester taking a shot at one last week? Is that Dana White? I don't know. After the Vittoria Costa fight during his press conference, what is that Dana, Percy? And what did Dana say? You guys see this?
I saw the press conference. I can't remember what he said. I
can't remember saying anything about ONE Championship.
He said, watched his press conference after Contender Series when he announced the Contender Series is the second greatest promotion ever.
Oh yeah, that was absolute bullshit. Yeah, that was just.
How can he say he's the head of Pride? Even one now. Look at how
it is. This is what annoys me is when everyone listens to every word Dana White says and reports it as fact, and then they call like Scott Coker or Chatri or whoever, Don Davis or Peter. They're like, oh, they're just shady. It's like you just parrot everything Dana says as fact, and he is lying to your face.
Dana White's weekly media briefing is the biggest show in combat sports at the moment. Everyone is watching it. Everyone is following it.
Yeah,
you literally can watch it, and you'll talk about Bellator. You'll talk about all the boxing that's going on, though. But you look at it, and every time he goes out and talks at the moment, if you look at his weekly press briefing, if you look at the numbers they were doing on the UFC channel 2 years ago compared to now, I think they're doing like 1 million views over all platforms now compared to they were doing 5,000 2 years ago.
You've got to realize a lot of what he says is pure hype. He's just hyping his promotion the same way Scott Coker is, same way Chatri is.
He's not hyping his promotion. He's promoting his promotion, but that's technically a promoter's job.
I know.
It's to promote their promotion.
But this is when everyone gets on.
In his defense, he's doing what promoters do.
I know. Nothing against him, man. Chatri's doing the same. But everyone is like, oh, Chatri says one is the best thing in the world. It's like, all right, he's talking shit. But Dana says what's it called? Contender Series is the second best thing in the world. It's like, that's a complete lie. It's not true.
Well, because it's a lie, but it's his opinion, isn't it? It's an opinion, not a fact.
Can we look at the history of combat sports from the dodgy dealers and murderers like Don King, dodgy dealers like Bob Arum and the Sauerland family in Germany, to the used car salesman from Essex in the Hearns family? Every guy who's ever won a promotion in combat sports has been a little bit dodgy. Not even to mention Saki Kabara over in Rising/Dreams/Pride/Rings. I mean, I can't think of anyone who has generally been a good person and has left promoting in combat sports with no bad blood on their hands.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, he's doing his job. He's promoting his own promotion. I think the thing that caught my attention this time more is the fact that it's almost overcooked to suggest the Contender Series as good as it is. But on one hand, that's a promoter's job, like we all agree. But that's so outlandish to say that. I mean, every promoter, Chattery, Scott Coker, Dana, is full of it for their own promotion. But that's probably the most ludicrous thing I've heard my promoter say. Not that I blame him, because he's doing things. But
look
that
at
was pretty far-fetched.
Just look at the amount of winners on Contender Series who have gone on and won their first fight in the UFC in the latest season. It's pretty low, I think.
Yeah.
It's very low. I mean, a bunch of the ones I saw from last season as well didn't win their first fights.
Yeah, but that's how they want it to come across. I mean, it's very similar to if you do look at the NBA or the NHL or even Major League Baseball, where if you ask most Americans when it comes to those three leagues in particular, and you ask them what the second best league is, they don't say the Japanese baseball league, or they won't say Eurobasket, the basketball in Europe that's of a very high standard. They will say the NBA Development League or AAA baseball or the American Hockey League. That's just the way American sports work, and they all have in-house feeder leagues. I mean, if you probably asked them what the third best organization, he'd probably say the Ultimate Fighter or LFA. Let's be fair, he probably would. And that would be his job as a promoter, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's always going to say his promotion's better than the other promotions. But it just tickled me the fact that he took it a next step further to say his Contender Series is, even his Contender Series is better than ONE, Bellator.
Because that's what you find interesting when you look at the guys who come over. They talk more, and they'll talk about Cage Warriors or they'll talk about LFA because they're kind of perceived as feeder series. But if someone's come with a great record from Bellator, ONE, even Ryzen or KSW, they don't really mention anything they've done over there because they don't want to give those other organizations any shine. The organizations that see in the feeder leagues, they kind of big up a little bit more because they can, because everyone knows it's a feeder league. I mean,
that's all good points. Yeah.
I think out of the last 20 Cage Warriors champions to leave Cage Warriors, I think one has gone to KSW and one's gone to Bellator, and the other 18 have all ended up in the UFC.
Actually, I've got another point. I think we're talking a slightly different thing. We were talking before about that it's good that like the PFL gives $1 million, dollars prize money, that Bellator's paying more, and they've got one, so there's more thing. I was thinking on the other flip though, is it a problem that the PFL give out their winners $1 million? Because, for example, like Cooper, he almost certainly won't go to the UFC now. Not that I'm advocating all the best fighters go to the UFC, because where all the best fighters are, we want to see them fight each other. But I think if you're in PFL and you say you're the best in the world, you do really want to test yourself outside of PFL. But is he ever going to leave PFL when he can win $1 million for winning the season?
Can I also say one thing about that? I heard from someone, and I don't know if it's true, but someone messaged me over Twitter saying, actually, the way the $1 million works in PFL is your wages go up to $1 million. So if you were on 100, I heard if you were on 100 a fight and you won your 4 fights, so you got $400,000, you in effect got a $600,000 bonus. You don't get $1 million on top of all your earnings. They just top you up to $1 million.
Yeah.
I heard.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole season,
it's still pretty good.
Or just the playoffs and final?
I have no idea, but I do know. I had
$1 million for $4 fights. Sorry, $1 million for 4 fights in 1 year is still good. But I did hear that as well, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard Ray Cooper gets about $125 a fight without and no bonuses, so he gets paid fairly well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd take that.
Where are you going to be fighting, Nick? Fight Circus?
Yeah. Maybe Leon.
Here's one for you for Fight Circus. I think someone was bringing it up, but what would you think about Chatri and Dana versus Ray Sefo?
Oh.
Tag 2-on-1.
Hey, man. I don't know. I don't think Dana would ever collaborate with anyone,
When Chatri goes to attack Ray Sefo, Dana comes from behind with the steel chair.
Yeah.
He just gets the microphone and announces he's bought PFL. Ray Sefon will be his enforcer.
I'll tell you what, going back to PFL, how slow is the pacing? How slow?
Oh man,
is
Did
yeah,
you
what
watch
the
it?
fuck?
The 5 prelims
They
took
started about 2 days earlier.
The prelims took 2.5 hours, and the 5 fights on the main card took 4.5 hours. Yeah, and it's like the same amount of fights, but they just decided to drag it out like hell.
They're
Yeah.
getting a little bit slow
Great fights,
tonight.
though.
One, aren't they? Normally one speed through, but this is, I mean, it's 9:15. They're only just starting the second fight.
One are not very good for speed, I'd say.
What's up, TC?
I
Good
thought
morning
they're
from
normally not too bad.
California. Who's gonna win, Jenelyn or Ritu? They haven't fought yet, so
I don't ever
Pick
really
Ritu.
associate one championship with their speed. I associate them with integrity, humility, honor, respect, courage,
I
discipline,
think one's
and
got
compassion.
good production values. You know,
Yeah.
I think there's never too long between fights.
Yeah.
I think
I
the
like
pace normally pretty good. It seems a bit slow
think-
tonight.
Yeah, PFL was a disaster this season, man.
Rising as well. They love an intermission, don't they?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but the
Rising.
thing is, if you ever go to a Rising show, they'll have championship fights on before the intermission, and then everyone goes out, does their own thing, and comes back 2 hours later. Because if I remember correctly, they used to start off at about 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the day, and finish around 10 o'clock at night when I used to go. But I think some of them used to start off at midday and finish at 10. But
We got a nut shot here already,
a while ago.
or is it an eye poke? What's going on?
Back in the game.
All right. Straight back in. Stamp Champ says Aritha bro. I don't know what that means. Oh, straight right. Oh!
Did they show? They must have done, but I didn't see it. Did they show the Jemmy Maido knee knockout from their first fight before this one? They must have done, surely.
Yeah, they
Probably.
did.
I was listening to your excellent analysis, Leon, so I couldn't see it, but
Yeah, seems to be complaining a little bit about
yeah.
getting punched in the back of the head.
Oh,
Meow needs to, I think he needs to shoot for a takedown or do something, because it just seems to be a hell of a lot slower with less reach than Miado.
Before the knee knockout last time, from what I remember, it was a pretty competitive fight up until that point. Well, I think it was in the first round.
please remember to like and subscribe. We are so close to 21,000 followers on Twitter. Sorry, YouTube, which would be sensational to reach tonight, because that was
100%,
I've reached
guys.
2 million views on YouTube now.
big
That's
up.
cool.
Everyone, go and follow and subscribe to Asia Persuasion MMA as well, and follow us as well. SCMP MMA.
Oh, you went for
the
that.
knee.
wow.
Imagine if he landed that again. That would be crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, this is such a tough matchup for him because at best he wins in a less impressive fashion than last time. Well, I'll say that it could be more impressive, I guess, but he's not going to top it really.
It's true.
Wonder
Let us
why
know what
they're
you
so keen
think.
to give the guys that he blasts a rematch. I mean, it's not as if there's not enough straw weights in the division.
Some guys have been asking for the exact time of the match, and we're just about to hit 1:30, 1:29, 1:28, 1:27 on mine.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I'm 122.
Okay, well, if you want to get yourselves to a similar time to us so you can follow the fight along with us, go and do it, guys. We'll make it a little bit more fun. Maybe crack yourself open a little brewski or a bit of gin or a bit of vodka.
It's like 9 in the morning in America. But
We don't know where.
Start.
We don't know where they're from. They could be from anywhere.
that's true.
Could be in
They could
Australia.
be,
And it could be close to midnight.
That's it.
That's true.
They could be in New Zealand and it's past midnight and they're watching it on the phone. They're in a nightclub, the floor's all sticky, and the 30 WKD's down.
Well, they could be watching us on Monday morning, not live, catching up with the show.
Well, crack a beer wherever you are. Crack open something. Let us know what you're drinking. I've got a dragon water.
Oh, wow.
Right here. Nice right hand. Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my. Good first round here. 6 a.m. says TC. That's California, right?
Yeah.
California.
If I was still on vacation, I'd pour drams, says WMMA seat now. Just pretend you're still on vacation, Mr. Chuck. 6:48 in India.
Big up, big up. At least you finished work for the weekend.
I was watching the weigh-ins live earlier from Fight Island, and apparently there's loads of people commenting saying, "Why are they weighing in?" From Americans saying, "Why are they weighing in the middle of the night?"
Oh wow! Watermelon flavor, nice.
Yes, sir.
That's got to be a potential sponsor, surely.
I've spoken to them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure SCMP allows alcohol being sponsors, though. That's the
no alcohol, no gambling, no cigarettes. None of the good stuff.
Danielle's on the Yakult. 618 California.
Yakult, isn't that a yogurt?
It's like probiotic.
30. A lot of Californians here in the chat. Love it.
San Diego, my favorite place in the world.
Yeah.
I lived for a year.
Leon's been there.
Mm-hmm. Are you allowed back?
I am, but I don't think I'd want to go back to California at the moment, the way things are there.
Last time my brother was in California, actually, being a bit of a gym freak, he popped into a gym and ended up spotting weights for Chuck Liddell.
Wow.
Which was quite a bit of a mad moment. He was like, yeah, man. It's quite odd because it's like you look at him and it's like you recognize him, but he looks much older, but he still kind of has a mohawk. Yeah, that was my brother's viewpoint. He was like, I'm surprised he didn't grow out of it.
Was his wife there beating him up?
Oh, we got an eye poke. Oh, drama. This is like the UFC the other day, the Contender Series. Oh, dude's just pounding on him. This is so.
Oh, come on.
Oh. Bullshit.
2 for 2.
This is bullshit. This is bullshit. There was an eye poke there.
I missed
There was an eye poke.
You guys were distracting me again with your. I can't even know what we're talking about. California. Of Chuck Liddell.
This is bullshit.
I didn't get what Meow was doing, where he put his hand in the air and covered his eye. It seems like a really silly way to defend yourself, right? Shouldn't you do it in front of you to maintain some sort of distance and defense?
Let's see what happens on the replay. But this is the exact same thing that happened on Contender Series on Wednesday morning here in Asia, Tuesday night in America. Man got poked in the eye. Other dude swarmed him.
Well, but I want to see the eye poke.
Yeah.
I want to see the eye poke.
No, they're not going to show it.
That was a weird one, wasn't it, on the Contender Series? Because where they were in the octagon.
Show us the eye poke, you cowards. Yeah, anyway, so.
Where they were in the octagon on the Contender Series, they couldn't really get a good angle of it. I mean, he was doing this afterwards, but before that, his hand was down there. But when the camera got the angle, his hand was up there. You could see it was lower before. You want to see this.
Yeah, dude's not.
To be fair, one have got better at showing replays, that kind of thing. Before, anything controversial, anything blood, anything cuts, the camera would just zoom away. At least now they're embracing that a bit more.
Leon, did you visit Shamu in San Diego?
Who's Shamu?
The big old whale. Yeah.
Oh, Shamu? What, in SeaWorld?
Oh, Leon doesn't like that, I guess.
No, I'm not an idiot. I'm not like... No,
You
sorry, Danielle, but
If you go into a supermarket in Japan, you can actually just buy like an orca steak.
Lovely.
Yeah,
completely.
high protein.
Thankfully, SeaWorld is dying because most people are realizing how cruel it is. The fact that the car park's about 100 times bigger than where the orcas can live, it's disgusting. I did actually go when I was about 12 years old to SeaWorld in Florida before I realized at that age it's amazing. But then you grow up and you realize
I can't picture you as 12 years old, Leon.
It did happen
it's
once.
hard. Yeah, I can't see you.
You know, has no one heard the story about when Leon went to see Shamu in Florida when he was 12 and he freed the whale and they made that movie about him, Free Willy?
I did forget to take clothes.
Isn't it mad though? Everyone thinks Shamu is a bad thing and SeaWorld is a bad thing because of the movie Blackfish, but it's like, didn't Free Willy tell us that like 20 years earlier? Isn't that what Free Willy pretty much was?
Yeah.
It reminds me, it's a little bit like people, they post a video like of a cow escaping a farm and they're all like, amazing. I'm like, he's escaping from you. Yeah, but I long for the day when all the SeaWorlds are closed.
I don't think they will.
They don't have the best reputation anymore because of obviously.
Well, I don't think they will. And the only thing is SeaWorld does do some bad stuff, but if you actually compare it to independent aquariums are generally even worse. Independent ones that have orcas in Alaska,
I don't agree
in
with
America,
any zoos or anything.
I don't think you can disagree with all zoos because I've been to some zoos that do absolutely fantastic. I mean, loads of zoos do fantastic. What is it called? Where they captive breeding programs.
It's all a farce.
Haven't some captive
they
breeding programs?
They kill more animals and they save. They kill. If they got too many, I posted a video the other day.
Are you sure?
100%.
So you're saying every single captive
all
breeding
about
money,
program. It's all about entertainment. They don't care about animals at all.
Because I can swear there have been animals brought back from extinction through captive breeding, such as in China. The panda is no longer near extinction. So I'm saying maybe 99% are bullshit, but some captive breeding programs do work. You can't say they're all crap because pandas, there's like.
Oh my God! I'll leave you two for 2 minutes.
And now there's
talking about this.
The panda population is 30 times higher than it's been post World War II. I mean, so in that one instance,
animals they get stressed. Their life expectancy in prison, I mean zoos, is like a fraction of what it is in the wild. They get depressed. They go up and down, which is a sign of depressed. They're not animals. They're not there for that. Zoos are predominantly there for our entertainment. And animals aren't
some are there for captive
breeding programs. You've got sanctuaries for that kind of thing. Sanctuaries, you've got wild, you've got safari parks.
But then the problem you're bringing in here is if you look globally, the money that sanctuaries bring in.
Let's go back to fight.
It's less than 1% of the money that a zoo can bring in, because as we found out,
As
we found out with all conservation, Leon, is conservation doesn't work when you ignore economics.
I have to steer it back around to fight. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
we were fighting.
Yeah, man, Peekaboo's not happy.
Who's Peekaboo?
Peekaboo's never happy.
Well, here's the thing: there was no replay of the eye poke.
Yeah, Michael Chavello is biased, says Peekaboo. Towards Chinese. I don't know about that, but I thought it was an eye poke, and it was surprising they didn't show a replay.
When I went back through the video, I did see a slight touch to the eye. It was a left, I think, getting meow in his right eye, and you can see contact, but because it's from the back of the head, you can't really see if it is an eye poke or not.
Yes, exactly. You're treating me like the ghost of Christmas past in this zoo debate, guys.
Chris, I've just sent you a video for your viewing pleasure.
Yeah, keep it on WhatsApp.
Yeah, exactly, mate. And I agree with you, but like, there's hundreds of examples where captive breeding has worked. So you can't ignore it all, mate. You can't ignore it all.
No.
Watch that video.
I'm gonna mute you both
can't ignore
if
it
you don't
all.
stop.
It might not be 100%, but it's 99%.
Hey, you can't shit on the 1% of good people doing
Look,
their job, man.
Dwayne says it all. Thought I was watching Animal Planet for a bit. Yeah, there we go.
I mean, I do know I've been to the only zoo in China that has pandas, and they brought pandas back.
But
And that's a huge thing.
If they lived in the wild, I'm sure that
No, because they've
All right.
destroyed
Who
99% of the bamboo forest.
tell me in the
Yeah,
chat?
it's
Shall I
humans.
mute these two
Yes.
or what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. They should be needed saving. If we weren't destroying their habitat, we wouldn't need to put them in a zoo to save them. They'd be flourishing in the wild.
Hey, we got a fight here. Dustin Johnson making his ONE Championship debut. Finally, the Canadian heavyweight. I'm looking forward to this fight on the Fight Companion. Yeah.
100%. I think Dustin Johnson has got this all the way. I know Nick is back in Kirill, and so is Michael Owens and JHK.
I agree with Chris on this call for this fight.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm going
There are
Dustin.
calls in the chat to mute Chris and Leon. I will resist.
To mute Leon, because he's wrong.
Mutes for Johnson, as Dylan says. Dial in Balker himself. All right.
At least we're getting out of the way between fights.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And to be honest, we've talked about so much other shit.
And
So I don't know why animal.
We're just trying to
rights-
get the numbers up.
Yeah,
Who doesn't love a bit of confrontation, drama?
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
And then
Who does
also,
not?
you get into bigger issues when you get to conservation, because you get the problem is the more beautiful an animal looks, like tigers and pandas, they get all the attention. But when you get to biodiversity, newts, amphibians, and insects are more important, and they don't even get saved. The thing is, pandas, they should have let them die 50 years ago because they're a waste of money and a
What the
waste of
heck?
resources. They're not even an apex predator, and it's
Kirill
therefore they're dying
Grishchenko
out
now
because they
coming to
only
the
eat
ring.
one food.
Here he is,
They
the
only eat
man
one
who beat
food.
Rugrug. He etched his name into ONE Championship history with a controversial finish. Here we go.
Nate Diaz and Cal Emerson should sign with one.
I am going with my man Grishchenko here, guys. I think he's underrated.
ONE Championship doesn't even have a women's flyweight division, let alone a women's featherweight or lightweight division.
Here's a question.
For Kayla.
If Kirill loses, what does this do to Rugrug stock?
Puts it down a little bit more than it was after this stupid thing that happened there.
Because has Rugrug got a fight coming up anytime soon?
No, he's still recovering from that death blow to the
Is it the death blow he's recovering from, or is it just his lack of
his
cardio?
pride.
He's still on life support.
He's still bent over breathing, trying to catch his breath. No, I'm only joking.
Johnny Walker says this is going to be a good one. Let them die. Come on, Chris. There you go.
Just to talk very quickly.
Let the amphibians die.
No, save the amphibians.
I was not talking about. I thought you were talking about these fights.
I was going to say very quickly while we were talking about Rugrug. Did you guys watch Pujanowski versus
Bombardier
on the weekend?
I watched all 12 seconds of it. Yeah.
Oh wow! I thought it was 18 seconds, but close enough.
Oh yeah, I missed the first 6. Tuned in late.
Does anyone feel like these are the kind of guys that Rugrug should be fighting?
Just jacked up dudes.
Just jacked up dudes.
Yeah. I think that's what he was signed for.
Yeah.
But then they realized suddenly they were like, oh, we actually have a real division now. And then
and he looked so impressive in his first 2 fights before he fought Kirill. He looked so impressive. Then the cards came tumbling down.
Yeah. Dustin, I'm intrigued to see how he does. You know, he comes in with a little bit of hype.
Who's O's going to go? These two were supposed to fight. These two were supposed to fight in April.
Yeah.
But got cancelled, and then Dustin got a new opponent, and then that fell through as well.
The fact Dustin is not watching right now because he's in a cage in Singapore, I could say this. The most awkward interview I've ever had in my life was with him. It was just very strange. He was in a library or something in Canada.
Whispering.
Yeah, he's like, "Yep, I'm looking forward to fight." It was Go back and look about it in the archives of SCMP.
Mhm.
It's very bad.
Can I just give a big shout out to everyone watching just before this fight kicks off? Don't forget while you're here to like and subscribe. We love all you out there. We always want more people from India, Iran, Vietnam, from all over the place, USA, liking and subscribing to our
Save
content.
Shamu with
Right
a
now,
like and a
we
subscribe.
have 58 likes. Let's get that up to 100. And if we get up to 100 likes, Leon's going to eat a steak.
I'll eat a steak
Leo-
if it's a
Yeah.
vegan steak.
Leo's gonna
Leon-
take his shirt off if it's 100 likes.
I'd love to take my shirt off. I'm sweating. The only time I put a t-shirt on is when I do this because it's,
Oh, really?
It's been extra hot the last couple of weeks. It's
You just sit
scorching, yeah.
around naked all day, huh?
Or just pair of shorts because it's just so hot here.
All right.
I'd love to be topless right now, but I'm trying to be a little bit professional.
It's
I don't know.
Leon.
I don't know if this is right, but can I say namaste? Is that correct, namaste? Is that
In
like
what?
hello, peace be with you?
Indian
Hindi?
Army.
I
Namaste,
tell you what,
right?
I've kind of discovered my time in Bali. Bali, the whole of Indonesia is a Muslim country, apart from Bali, which is Hindu.
No, Flores is Catholic because they speak Portuguese there.
There you go, Leon.
There you
Did you
go.
know that?
Do you know how many islands there are in Indonesia?
About 1,400?
17,000.
Oh
17,000,
shit! I was
wow.
way off. Fuck.
How crazy is that?
I meant 16,000, not 6.
Right.
And the
The only
population is
islands,
about 220 million. I think it's one of the biggest, has one of the biggest populations in the whole world.
yeah, 5th biggest country. But my favorite islands in the world, UK, Ireland, Isle of Man, nothing better.
What about
Bit
Hong Kong
blighty.
Island?
No, I'm joking.
Here we go. Grishchenko looking for that trip. I don't know. I went for Grishchenko, but yeah, got him. Here we go. Johnson back up. Got the back. Okay, dragged down. Oh, yes. Okay. What do you think, Chris? What do you know of Dustin Johnson before this? I think he's been on the Canadian regional scene, right?
He fought. Was he the champion in Cage Fury? And I know he was in Contender Series about 2 years ago. Was that right? And
Oh yeah.
he was really, really good and performing pretty well. And then he had an eye poke, so he got
Bad
released
accident, eye poke,
afterwards.
yeah.
It was actually very similar to who was the guy on the PFL card yesterday that looked absolutely amazing.
Chris, stop pressing the comment that says you're hilarious. Why would you promote yourself?
That's not me. I didn't even press it. But, there's a few. Don Madge it was on the PFL card.
Oh, Magic Man, Don Madge.
Very
Yeah.
similar. That you do get these guys where, and it's very hard when you go on the Contender Series and you just get done because there's an eye poke or a groin strike and you never get a second opportunity. I would like on Contender Series if they added a extra option where they said you either get a contract, no contract, or you get a second fight next season. I'd kind of like that because some guys don't truly get to show everything in just 15 minutes. You need a longer time period.
Right, Dustin's in a world of pain here, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a morning so far.
Everyone in America thinks one fighters are juiced up. I don't know.
I think it's about the same between all organizations.
Outside of UFC or including UFC?
I think it's about the same in all organizations, probably 40%-ish on juice.
Even UFC?
Yeah. I think it's just I just think a lot of people in the UFC, they make quite decent money compared to most other organizations, so they can get better doctors. Because as well, you remember, you saw the do come and knock on your door, but you saw this only in the US, so, you know, I've heard there's a few fighters out there who, you know, have a few weeks in Jamaica and a few weeks in Dubai and a few weeks in Thailand, and globetrot.
Be like the Olympic
Quite the
Christies
agitation
back in
for
the Olympics
Chris.
days when they only tested like during
Oh, yeah.
competitions.
Yeah,
Didn't what was his say? Ben Johnson used to go to St. Kitts and just
yeah. Ben
juice
Johnson,
up.
he was
Yeah.
his and he
His
was the
doctor
one
was
who.
What's
It
the
was the other
documentary?
one.
I think it's an ESPN documentary recently about
yeah,
Ben
that
Johnson
was
and
great.
that.
The dirtiest
Yeah.
race in history. Oh, he's got the
Yeah.
back. Got the back.
Oh wow!
There's the back. Johnson. I told you, Grishchenko boys.
He's looked good so far.
Yeah.
Because do you remember Timothy Montgomery and Marion Jones used to do the same, right?
They all did back in the day, because back in the day they only tested during the actual
defense
Olympics.
Yeah,
And you only got caught if you were stupid and you didn't time it right.
yeah.
Yeah, the documentary was amazing, like the testing and like during the and how I can't remember. I have to watch it again. Didn't someone go to the lab and try to steal their sample?
Well, even
Chucky throwing out these accusations.
Yeah, there's a few different ones like that. There's loads all over the world, and I know in football there was a few Premier League players who got over like 200 drug tests, and there's some players really famous in Spain and Italy, and they played 20 years, and it's like they only had 7 drug tests the whole career. What's going on there?
Yeah,
I talk about this a lot, but Tyler Hamilton's book, the guy who won the Tour de France, used to be on Lance Armstrong's team. He exposed that his doctor Fuentes
He did all Barcelona and all Real Madrid.
Yeah,
Sergio
yeah,
Ramos,
he did all of Barcelona,
Xavi,
Real.
Iniesta, all these guys, man, all of them.
I'm not saying names, so I don't get sued. But
Messi,
there was
Messi had a hormone deficiency as a kid. He was on steroids.
I'm not saying that.
Was on steroids.
That there was he saw the book of clients and said there were a lot of Spanish footballers who were also receiving EPO, and all of the records were destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I mean, you look at some players, Serge Gnabry. You look at a few players; they go over to Bayern Munich. Everyone's ripped at Bayern Munich. I wonder what's going on.
Now Chris is throwing out allegations, which the SCMP doesn't officially hold these.
I think it was probably only a couple of generations before that, where players were having a pint and a fag at lunchtime before playing a match in the afternoon.
Yeah, but you have to remember that would be.
I still do that, Leon.
They'd be doing
a ciggy and a beer after or before football.
But you're a bit older than us, Leon. You can maybe remember the latter days of East Germany in the Olympics and in sports. And I mean, didn't the East German women's running team, like none of them have been able to have kids because their insides just turned into testicles pretty much?
Yeah, I think they were
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
All right. Can Dustin do anything here, guys?
Yeah, let's get back to the fighting.
Dustin has been outclassed so far in every facet of the game.
But he survived. Has Kirill emptied the tank? That's what I think. I don't know. I'm still backing Kirill.
Oh.
Grishchenko's real. Everyone was doubting him. If you beat Rugrug got embarrassed, I think, by Kirill Grishchenko. No one's ready to admit it. You all love Rugrug, but it's Kirill's time to shine. Future heavyweight champion. I'm calling it now.
I think. I think with heavyweights, sometimes it's very hard to throw them aside because sometimes the way they look and they're not so smooth. Oh, again! 2 in a row.
Oh, 3! Oh shit!
Grishchenko is just one hell of a fighter.
Oh shit! He's peppering him with these strikes. This is like if remember Yuri and Dominic Reyes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Man, Dustin's doing well just to still be in this fight.
Yes, this is amazing, says Dwayne. I agree. 3 back fists, says Johnny Walker. I know, crazy. Whoa. Oh, both men having a bit of a breather here, but the big boys. Oh, another one. Dustin, though, got a chin on him.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
Oh, another one. Shit.
Oh,
Grishchenko's
wow.
just looking amazing.
Yeah, Dustin, man.
Oh, I
Oh,
think this
I'm
could
not
be the
sure.
end.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
could be the start of the end.
No, this has got to be it, ref. No, he's not defending himself. Come on.
Dustin, do something. Oh, Dustin survives.
And he doesn't even look that rattled, considering how much
No.
damage he just took. Just getting his breath back. Grishchenko, has he gassed himself out a bit? Is he getting a second, trying to stall a bit here to get his breath back?
I see a cut. Yeah, I see some blood.
Yeah. I think
The
it's on
chin.
oh, is it the chin? I thought it was the bridge of his nose.
No,
but-
I'm just pointing on Dwayne's comment. The chin. Jeez. Oh, more point. Oh,
Grishchenko looks
Dustin
pretty
fires
knackered
back.
though.
Dustin
suddenly
fires
Johnson's
back.
got a skip
Oh
in
my
his step.
god.
Oh, wow.
Imagine if Dustin finishes it now.
Grishchenko, I think he's shot his load.
Johnson's got chin, says Johnny. I agree.
I feel like we might just get a third round here.
I'm all
I
for
think
it.
we're going to. And then it'll be interesting to see how much Grishchenko's got left in the tank in the third round. Because Johnson obviously would need a finish.
Absolutely.
A low blow to finish the round.
Oh yes, that's exactly what we needed. A low blow.
Is that with 6 seconds left, was that?
Yes, yes.
That's not what Johnson needed either to give Grishchenko some recovery time. That's the last thing he wanted. Because Grishchenko can recover and sort of get a second wind. That completely diminishes Dustin's chances in the third round. Dustin's face looks pretty bashed up.
Grill's eyes, though, took a little bit of damage there.
Look, he's breathing so heavily. If I was Dustin, I'd just carry 6 seconds. Just get to the bell. You're just giving him extra time to recover.
Not shot, breathe up, break, says Johnny. Yeah, that's one of these. Bruce, Banner's back. Oh, we love Bruce. If they don't test in a certain time frame, they suspend it. I think Bruce is a little bit. Is he talking about USADA? All right, okay. Well, here we go. We got 6 seconds left. Oh, high kick from Dustin. Like it. All right, here we go. Why wouldn't you throw out a high kick? Well, look, if you're Dustin, he's just taken everything Kirill could throw at him, I think.
And he looks a fresher man.
Yeah, he looks fresher.
This would be a huge comeback if he came back to win after that second round, which he'll need a finish to do so.
Yeah.
That would be a crazy, because he's got. I mean, if this was UFC, you could argue 2 10-8 rounds there.
You could. But it ain't the UFC.
He's got a bit of a shot. He's got a bit of a. His face is almost as bashed up as well. He's got huge swelling under his left eye, Grishchenko.
Yo, Aryan, I cannot turn the camera towards the TV. I'm not even watching it on my TV. I'm watching it on my computer. But you know what? kind of.
If Dustin can get off to a good start here, this
Oh,
could be an
Dustin's coming out
third
firing.
round.
Oh, wow.
Shit.
He started off well.
Oh.
Oh, no, he's
I
got
oh, this one stops for it. Okay, but it's not the previous fight, which ruined my whole parlay. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Dustin Johnson is going in.
yeah. Oh, Dustin. Oh,
That's
these
some
boys are
nice
swinging.
boxing in the pocket.
Shit. Good fight.
100%.
Oh, yeah. It's not on my TV. I don't know what I could say. My TV's over there.
What's he talking about?
He wants me to turn my camera to the TV, but I'm not watching it on TV, man. You're gonna have to find it somewhere else. All right.
And that
What a
kind
fight.
of defeat the purpose of not showing it ourselves.
Oh shit!
Oh, wow.
Shit!
Oh, wow.
Dustin, if Dustin pulls this off, my goodness.
Yeah.
He needs to get out of this clinch, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Because Grishchenko is just going to... He's spent.
Here we go to separate it. What does Dustin need to do, guys? Is he so far behind? He needs to.
This round, he's got to just go for it. He needs to finish. He can't dominate.
Yeah.
Even if he dominates this round, he can't win the fight.
Yeah, I feel he needs to finish,
take
right?
some chances and just go for it. He's got the fresh. And look at Grishchenko's left eye. That is bad.
Yeah.
Look at the colour of it under his eye.
Man, Johnson is just teeing off on that eye.
I mean, he's going to lose a bit of vision in that eye, you think, as well. So he's fresher. Grishchenko, you think his vision is compromised. He's got just over 2 minutes just to pour it on him. Got nothing to lose because he's virtually lost this fight at the moment.
Yeah, they're telling him to go for it. Ooh. I don't know.
On one hand, you could say he needed to show this urgency earlier in the fight, but on the other hand, he's obviously desperate now, and he's a fresher man. At the beginning, obviously, they were both fresh.
Yeah, I think Kirill's takedown threat's gone now, hasn't it? That's why Dustin is doing this.
That, and he has to. He's got no other choice.
Yeah, he needs to just go in there.
That left eye looks terrible.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's not often you get swelling go that colour. It's usually one of the more than usually just a swelling. Doesn't usually get filled with blood.
Yeah.
Dustin's got to step it up. He's got to do something.
Oh, wow.
Kick. Yeah.
He's stuck here again.
Yeah.
He's got to do everything he can to get out of this as quick as possible.
Gord Johnson says Dustin is undefeated, so you already know he wins, so your comments are stupid. Gord, are you related to Dustin? Oh! Spinning another one.
Yeah. God, I'm not sure if you realised that someone's previous record doesn't really have a factor on the scorecard.
Yeah.
Look, I think Dustin. Oh, Has he done enough? I'm not sure.
Of course he hasn't. He got dominated the first 2 rounds.
But you could argue he wasn't close to being finished in terms of took the damage, right?
He was. He was. He was in
Yeah, he was,
a rear naked choke at one point. It looked,
but he ate the shots and kept going.
And then if Johnson wins this fight, and I backed Johnson to win, it's a terrible decision. Terrible.
I'd like to see Johnson, if he loses this, Rug.
Yeah.
Gord Johnson, what do you think of Dustin? Do you think he won? I think Dustin 1.5 rounds was on top. Is that fair?
1.5, 2 rounds. He dominated the first 2 rounds. I mean, the second round, the first round, was it the first round he had the rear naked choke? That was close. That was pretty deep. And well to escape that. And the second round, he just unleashed a beating on him. So that damage the damage looks bad on Johnson's face. I give him that, but I still can't see how they could give this fight to anyone apart from Grishchenko.
Right. Unanimous decision for
Red's corner.
Yeah.
Kirill.
If that was a UFC fight, it would have been 10-8, 10-8, 8-10. Well, probably 8-10 in the last round.
Gord is unhappy. Sorry, Gord. Kirill won. Kirill's face looks a lot worse than Dustin's. I think Dustin just had a slow start there, and Kirill
he didn't get
did
going
enough in the
third
first round or two. Yeah, I'm saying Dustin came back very strong, and
I mean, Dustin done amazing to survive the first 2 rounds, particularly that second round. He done amazing to survive it, and then put in a great third round.
Yeah, look, Dustin can be proud of what he did to come back. I don't know what happened in the first round, but if that had gone another 2 rounds, I think Dustin would have won that one.
Oh yeah, 100%. He was the fresher man. He had the momentum on his side, but obviously not many fights to 5 rounds. And they went into it knowing it was a 3-round fight. So it'd be different. It probably would have played out differently.
Oh, Pizza, you got me there. My predictions, as always, are horribly wrong.
Didn't you get that one right? I thought you picked Grishchenko. You did.
No. Oh, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Peter,
you were even backing him up during the fight.
Yeah, I'm doing okay today. I got 2 out of 3. So and I was robbed in the second fight after the eye poke to Lee Tao Miao. So that's what I'm saying.
I need to see that. I still haven't seen the eye poke back.
Yeah, they're not showing the eye poke because it was a fraud, a robbery. Peter, sir, my predictions are great always. Chris has gone somewhere.
Look at that for a name. Laughing my ass off time. Comment.
It's always time to LMAO.
Right. You know, there's more than one match on tonight. There's 6, yeah? We had 3 of them. One, you may need to be more specific which match you're talking about. And 2 is, we can never tell you. We don't know if a fight's going to 30 seconds or go the full 15 minutes. We can give you a rough idea.
Yeah, I agree with Dylan here. Johnson establishing himself as a heavyweight to watch, despite the outcome. I think definitely that's the read I have from that fight.
He looked brilliant in the 3rd round. We know he can take punishment, and it was his first fight in a long time. So
absolutely. And Grishchenko's
as well.
Grishchenko's very good. And look, Grishchenko looked worse at the end. So
Dustin finished a stronger fighter. It was just unfortunate for him. He didn't get going to the 3rd round.
They're showing that Panther knockout. Nico, please rap for me. I'm not a rapper. I'm more
Come
of
on,
a.
Nick. Something such a spoil sport.
I'm an indie guy. I can get the guitar out. Oh no, I sold it 2 years ago to pay for my trip to ONE Championship Century in Tokyo. True
Did
story.
ya? There's a
Yeah.
little story.
I couldn't afford the flight, so I sold my 8,000 Hong Kong dollar Taylor acoustic to pay for the $5,000 flight to Tokyo.
That's-
And then there was a typhoon, and I missed the flight. I got one the next day, and we had a great time.
That was a fun weekend.
Sacrificed the music.
Is there a reason why I asked you to rap for him? Is that just a random?
I don't
message?
know. Tell us, Aryan, why you want me to rap for you? I'm not good at rapping. Tanner Bosa also into the indie tunes. That's why we love Tanner.
Hell yeah! That's what Tanner both. He's into indie tunes, is he? What, like the Oasis and the Kasabians of the world?
SCMP will repay me. Well, I have to pay first, so then expense it, Tan. And I had $0 in my bank account because I've been pretty debt ridden for a few years. So they paid me back for it, but I had to pay up front. And that's why I sold the guitar. And the day the music died, I sacrificed it to go and cover one. It was a good trip, though. I'm glad I went. But I'll be buying a guitar again soon. Nick Atkin is back in the money. Finally.
He's
Finally,
in
guys.
the money.
I'm in the money. That's it. Danielle
This
loves
guy's a
Tokyo
beast.
too. Tokyo, my favorite place on earth, Leon.
Is it your favourite place on earth? Is it?
Absolutely.
I love Tokyo. I didn't really see much of it really. I saw a lot of the hotel.
Yeah, the
venue.
second time we saw the hotel, and that was it. But
The first time I think I went to one of the famous park. Well, I don't know if it's a famous park, but I went to a big park where it's just
really
lots of
famous
fields. And
parks.
it was spring, wasn't it? So it was that possum season, is it?
Possum season.
And I went. Is it possum season?
Blossom season.
Blossom season.
Possum season.
Yeah,
That's a lot different, man.
Yeah. And then I went to the tower, the viewing tower, and looked over over.
All right, if we ever go again, I'm taking you all over there because you need to see more than possum season.
And the tall building, yeah. That's all I
And the
didn't
tall
really see
building.
much.
I'm going to take you to the Golden Guy. We're going to Shinjuku. We're going to Shibuya.
I went to
We
Shibuya.
may
I went to
even
the
go
crossing.
to Roppongi.
I went to, like I said, I went to kind of the touristy things like the crossing, but yeah, I didn't really see any like nightlife I didn't really get a feel for this city.
Well, I've been about 6 or 7 times, so I haven't.
You've been to Tokyo 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, I got one of my best mates from school has grown up
forgot,
there.
yeah, you had one of your
since he
best mates there.
Yeah, he went to uni, so I've been there a bunch of times. So. I love it. Love it.
I need to see as well. I haven't seen it for years and years. Lost in Translation.
Yeah, Bill Murray. Dwayne did not enjoy the cramped up trains there. Agreed. Yeah, don't get on a train there at 7 a.m. or anything.
Isn't that the same anywhere, any city though?
Yeah, that's true.
Rush hour.
I feel that. I actually go to the office here. I won't get on the train until 9:45 or 9:30 at the earliest because it's just too many people. People are polite in Japan. I was the loudest, says Daniel. Yes, I think I was the same. Well, I'm pretty quiet actually, but I was still the loudest.
They
That
do have a
says it
lack
all.
of bins. You got trying to
Everyone's
find
pretty
somewhere
chill
to
there.
dump your rubbish is always a challenge.
Yeah, that's the thing. My friend told me just carry a bag and put it in there. I'm like, what? Leon has a tattoo on his arm. Says Aryan. I've seen Leon's tattoo. Yeah, look at those muscles, those guns. All right, here we go. Here we go. Chris is gone. I think he's taking a shit. Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva's Mr. Last minute replacement.
So Anderson must live in Singapore. Is he involved?
Well, I think he was probably fighting on one of the other cards. I'm guessing. I was thinking that. I was thinking he must live in Singapore, but I was thinking if he's one of the other 2 cards, they would have just switched him around. Or maybe he's just stayed in Singapore after his last fight, because his last fight was only last month, wasn't it?
True.
Maybe
he fought Mr. Buchecha.
Yeah, Mr. Buchecha.
When was that?
Was it early this month? Was it last month?
Was I want to say it was in Power, but that couldn't have been. It was the Revolution, yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't. Yeah,
Revolution, yeah. The all-female in Power card. Buchecha and Braddock.
Yeah.
All right. Too many Anderson Silvers, says Percy. I agree.
I don't know. Can you have too many Anderson Silvers? Not when you look at the Spider.
Yeah.
You certainly can't have too many of him.
A lot of people here for Ritu. Aryan is here for Ritu. So
we've got quite a few Ritu fans in the house.
Vishal is confident Ritu will the power of Indian women with a ground attack.
Ritu's so nice, isn't she? I mean, so many of the fighters in ONE Championship are nice, but then some of them just seem to be that extra level of niceness and like decent person.
Yeah, it's a shame I never got to meet Ritu before the pandemic and everything. So I think you may have caught her on a card or two.
I think we did it once or twice, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, I will in the future get to interview Ritu. Yeah, seems very nice. It's weird, yeah, because there's so many of them are such nice people. you get a lot closer to them in one
fighter.
Yeah. I think was it after that card in KL. I'm looking at it now. This is above my thing. Masters of Destiny. Yeah. Petrosian, Pet Marcotte, and Angeli Nicolini. We were there, right?
Yeah.
I just got the bus back with Matty Scott, and we were sitting next to Ev Ting after he had that barn burner.
Yeah.
And
he had that banger, didn't he? He had a crazy comeback.
And he's sitting next to me, and Stephen Foote is on the other side, and we're just talking. It's funny, and like Nicolini's 2 rows forward us on the bus. He's just beating Angela Lee, the atomweight champion. Just hilarious sitting on a bus in traffic in Kuala Lumpur with these fighters.
I think didn't it take about an hour to get out of the car?
Yeah. Oh man, Jesus.
Was that the night we went out?
Oh god, yeah. It all blends into one. I can't remember. Have you watched Dan Gal?
How many KO cards did you go to? 1 or 2?
I think I did 2 with you. 1 in July and then one in
December.
November or December or something, yeah.
December, yeah.
Here we go. Have you
watched Big boys
Dan
in the
Gal?
house.
I haven't watched Dan Gal, but Leon watched Dan Gal, I think.
Leon what?
Dan Gal.
What about it?
Have you watched it?
The film, no.
You were telling me it's your favorite movie of all time. You were saying
Ritu Phogat
before we went on the podcast.
I'll do. Oh!
Oh shit! Azizpour, stand up!
I tell you, most of Anderson Silva's fights end in a finish, which is not surprising really in this division. But still.
He's a big boy.
So Azizpour was supposed to be fighting for the title.
Yeah. Where's Chris gone?
He's gone for a poo.
Man, it's disappeared. He went for a poo and came back and then went for another one, I think.
Probably watching that video I sent him.
Yeah, but I think that's it. So if you're Anderson Silva, a win over here gets you a title shot Or does one mathematics not work that way?
Probably, although nothing's 100% in MMA or martial arts, I should say. But he's got an uphill struggle. He's probably going to lose this round 10-8 because of the knockdown.
What do you know about Iraj Azizpour? This is his first fight, right? In one.
Yeah, 66-5. So he's got a good record. He's 1-1 with Cricklier, so who's the light heavyweight champion.
Okay.
So yeah, he's good. Another big Iranian. There's a lot of big Iranians in the scene, isn't there?
It's a big man.
I think he's even bigger than Amir Ali Akbari.
Oh. Okay. I think we're going to a second round, Leon.
Yeah. In fact, this is his first fight since he lost to Cricklier in the rematch, or say rematch. I think both of them were in the Kunlan heavyweight tournaments.
Okay.
I think he won in 2018 in the final, and then lost to him in the final a year later.
Do you know what happened to Cricklier?
Both decisions.
Did they tell you?
Sorry?
Anyone tell you what happened to Roman Cricklier? Because he was also struck down by a mysterious
Undisclosed
injury or illness, or undisclosed.
Well, did they say they didn't say non-COVID, did they? Normally, if it's not COVID, they normally say that, or did they say that?
Yeah, undisclosed.
So if it was COVID, why not? Well, either way, why not mention that? In this day and age, you usually clarify, don't you?
We are 24 subscribers away from 21,000. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching, please subscribe now. Let's hit this milestone. This was the goal that I set at the beginning of 2021 to get 21,000 subscribers on SCMP MMA. Come on,
do it. 21,000 tonight.
Let's do it
during the show.
Leon's going to take his shirt off. That's
because let's be honest, if we get to 21,000 tomorrow, the day after, there's not going to be any big funfair because we won't be live on air. We're live on air now.
And you won't see Leon's nipples. So if we get 21,000, Chris will say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the best manager in football history.
So David Moyes done a good job.
He has, yes. Let's get him back to United. All right. These boys are swanging. Where is Chris gone?
Imagine just taking one shot from one of these two. Imagine taking one kick to the liver from one of these two.
It's Rishi. Okay, basically, Azizpour is throwing a bunch of kicks.
He won the first round 10-8 because he
definitely
got
won the first round 10-8 knockdown.
And he's probably being a tiny more aggressive the second round.
I've never seen such a big dude throw so many kicks and land them.
He likes his spinning kicks. He likes his spinning attacks as well.
He does. He's chunky, says Chevelle. Chunky's a good word.
Chevelle described him as chunky, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, we've got another nut shot.
Oh, another nut shot.
Oh, back in there. Oh.
I hear nothing confirmed about the rumors of Colorado being 1X. Oh shit!
It wasn't a knockdown.
Flash knockdown. All right. 17 seconds left in this second round. All right.
I think Rich Franklin said though it's more likely to be the second half of the year they go
Maybe
to America.
is he throwing us off the scent, Leon? Is that a red
Maybe.
herring? And Ariel is gonna do a big old video tomorrow. We're like, ONE X is in Colorado on January the 17th. My sources tell me, and I'll be crying in the corner of the room, like, One, why didn't you tell me?
Ariel doesn't even write one with all caps.
He's trying. I mean, if you get fed information, why don't you just put it out there? It's fair enough.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't criticize him for taking. I mean, he's getting information because of the position he's put himself in the MMA world.
Silver's getting tagged, says Johnny Walker. Agreed. Oh man, where is Chris? I'm trying to find out where Chris is. Round 3, here we go. We've got 2 Grand Prix semi-finals coming after this final round.
How flexible his shoulders are.
I know, Jesus.
More
flexible than mine.
We've seen how easily he gets the high kick as well. I mean, my flexibility is an embarrassment, really. I mean, I
he's my new favorite fighter. He's got a body I can aspire to for sure. Oh yeah, Braddock's coming back into a little bit, huh? I mean, it's tough though, Leon, isn't it? Because there's no rankings in this division. The inaugural belt was going to be on the line for Kriklia and Azizpour, and before that it was someone else, wasn't it? I forget his name. Is there a deep enough division, Leon, to have rankings and things?
Well, you think if they've got a champion, really, you should have a top 5.
We still don't have a rankings for middleweight MMA, light heavyweight MMA,
or welterweight.
Or welterweight, yeah.
You could have a welterweight top 5, really.
I don't know.
Yeah, you've got at least 5 or 6 decent fighters, so you've got enough to have a top 5. Because really, the welterweight division's quite fun, but it's just there's no depth. There's like a handful of good fighters, biggish names. But saying that, I mean, the welterweight division's there's barely been any activity in the welterweight division ever really.
Yeah, I don't know what Nakashima was doing, going down the lightweight.
Yeah, true. They probably thought, if I'm this good at welterweight, imagine how good I could be at lightweight. But then, like you say, the lightweight division's stacked, and the welterweight division, he's the number 1 contender, really.
Yeah, and I think
when he lost to what's his name,
Abasov. He was looking good in that fight.
Yeah, he's looking very good. Yeah, considering that he's small that division as well.
He is. It's like, how good is Shinya? That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly. That's why I keep saying Shinya deserves the next title shot.
Everyone's ducking Shinya.
Everyone's ducking
Shinya.
Shinya, since he lost to Christian, has been on a tear. And before he lost to Christian, he was on a tear. That's his only blimp, really. And even in that fight, he dominated the first round.
Shinya Aoki deserves the next title shot. You heard it here first.
He's just a problem for everyone. Everyone knows what he's going to do. No one can just stop him getting him down to the ground. And once they're on the ground, they're in a world of trouble. Fair play to Christian, although he got dominated in that first round, he survived. Most people are not capable of surviving a round.
I want to see that rematch.
He gets the fight to the ground generally in the first 30 seconds. A bit like the Rainier de Ridder fight against On Live. Every time they're on the feet, they really got the fight down to the ground so fast. Shinya's like that with everyone.
Well, I want to see the Christian Lee and Okorayon rematch, and then I want to see Shinya against the winner.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see some bullshit like Eddie Alvarez sliding in. Shinya Aoki. He's the man. Dwayne wishes they started the fights a little earlier. Staying up this late hurts. Where are you, Dwayne? I don't know where you are.
Nick.
What?
You know what's next?
Did I win
Semi-finals,
this?
baby.
Oh, yeah. Am I 3 for 4? I am, yes. So my picks are going really well. I would have got 4 for 4 if they hadn't seen a blatant eye poke in the Lee fight. Doing well tonight. Semi-finals up next. Chris is taking the mother of all horrendous dumps, I think. What can we say, Leon?
What about Chris's dump?
Yeah. It's,
There we go. Look. Already, look at this. Look. Suddenly the speed, they sped up the
already
pace.
they're like, shit, we're running out of time. That fight went long.
That's crazy. They seem to have taken their time a bit more tonight than usual. But now suddenly they're like ready to start the next fight immediately.
Well, Ichi says Shinya's going after the money fight against Sexyama, but is that the money fight? I don't know.
Well, it'd be huge in Japan, wouldn't it?
The money fight is Shinya and
Eddie Alvarez.
Eddie Alvarez, yeah.
I'll tell you what was I going to say?
Eddie is Leon, you've got to hold the fort briefly. I'm sorry. Can I put a question on screen for you?
Ask me a quick question so I can talk about
that. Someone come up with a question for Leon, otherwise I'm going to invent one. Percy says, Eddie Alvarez doesn't deserve a title shot. Leon.
Right. I agree. He doesn't deserve a title shot. I think assuming if Christian Lee had won against Oak, which I think most people thought he did, or maybe not fans so much, but certainly I think in the media, those that know the scoring system thought Christian Lee won. But the fight, I think if that had happened, I think the fight most people would have wanted to see was Christian Lee versus Eddie Alvarez. But Eddie Alvarez hasn't earned that title shot. He needs a good win or two. Saying that, if he was to fight Yuri Lapicus again and win that fight, then you could argue that he's earned a title shot. I think realistically, 2 fights would be, I think, more realistic for him from a legit point of view. Gets 2 big wins, gets a title shot. But I think because that fight's so popular, I think if he beat Yuri Lapicus or any top 5 fighter, I think you could give him a title shot. And again, I guess if it's open, that'd be a rematch. If against Christian Lee, that's the fight a lot of people want to see. I don't think he'll beat Christian Lee. I think he struggled a bit in one. Obviously, got knocked out by Timothy Nastasiuk. Almost got finished by Edward Fulian. Came back, done well, turned that around. Then he obviously lost to. Then he fought Yuri Lapicus, and he was winning that fight, kind of dominating that fight. And if he hadn't got disqualified, which I kind of think he was at blame for that, he'd have gone on and won that. He may have challenged for the title next. Instead, disqualification, overturned to no contest. Fights Oak, I think 3 weeks later, lose that close fight, but I think that's the right decision. And now, because of that, he's kind of 100 million miles away from a title shot. But on the other hand, one big win away from a title shot.
It's Ritu time. I don't know what Leon said there, but
it was gold. It was
gold.
Was ONE Championship lightweight division gold. There's nothing. I've said all that before, really. About Eddie.
I'm sure it was good, Leon. I'm sure.
I wonder if they'll still put any big fights on the December cards, or whether they'll wait for the ONE X, like Eddie Alvarez was probably going to be on ONE X,
which may or may not be in Colorado.
Yeah, Grishchenko, I think he announced he was going to be on the ONE X card in December. Obviously now he's not. Will he still want to fight in December? And there's so many fighters. You could really give a lot of other fighters a chance that haven't fought in a year and a half. There are fighters I know personally chomping at the bit to get a fight. But with these small cards, with the restrictions, they're just not everyone can get a fight. So, yeah, hopefully, I'd be happy with that. I mean, obviously, we all want the most stacked cards. We want the big names, but
Mate, she's still walking down the hallway. She was walking down it like 10 minutes earlier.
I think she was standing still last time.
Okay.
Coach Mark in the background. But yeah, let's try and, if we've got a couple of cards due in December, let's try and give as many fighters as we can a fight.
Coach Mark. What's Jihin doing? Poor old Jihin. She still get a fight or what?
I don't know. Could they have found her a fight on 4 days' notice? It's going to be tricky.
I hope they paid her. The Shadow Cat deserves better.
I'm not sure how many women are involved at the moment.
The second person asking me to hold the camera on the screen when I'm watching live. This isn't Periscope, Nicola.
Nice name, though. Nikola Tesla, a bit of a hero of mine. An absolute legend. We got another point I was going to mention. NextGen, why is it one word?
I know, it pisses me off.
Why have they made it one word? I don't get it.
It came out of the random name generator of ONE Championship events. Just threw it up.
At first, I was putting a gap in it just because I've just out of, not, I don't know if spite's the right word, but just thought it's 2 words. But then I went with it thinking it saves a character as well.
Yeah.
Which is never a bad thing.
All right, Jenelyn Olsim. Any love from the Philippines in the chat? Let us know.
Yeah, we normally get a lot of Filipinos in the chat, but tonight it's been all India.
Been quiet. Can't hear you guys. Come on. Not everyone realizes she's in this fight. It's not been given much of a promotional push. There was no media day.
Oh, there's no
post-fight presses either. I was told I must wait for some videos to drop on my emails later on. And I said, all right, I'll do it tomorrow. Because I'll be going to bed. Have a long day tomorrow.
I guess, yeah, it does mean we can
wrap it up early.
2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, that last one, Revolution, oh my goodness. I was up till 4 a.m. after the Christian Lee drama. And
I'll tell you what, it's weird. When I was going to events, it takes a couple of hours to wind down. It takes
adrenaline, right?
It still takes at least an hour to wind down after doing a fight companion.
I had to go and smoke and drink. Like, I have a few cans or whatever and a few ciggies, just even if it's on my roof, just to wind down a little bit. When I go and fight Ongla on the roof, we have our post-event fight every time. We're 2-2 right now.
Are you pulling an all-nighter tomorrow night?
I need to figure it out because, I don't know if I can do that till 6 a.m. I've got to be at the Hong Kong Happy Valley racecourse at midday on Sunday for the horse racing. So, I'm not sure, brother. I might have to wake up about 5 or 6 and just cover the main card and then. Yeah. Here we go. Ritu's out.
Is a stacked card as well, isn't it? I mean, it is. There's so many even massive prelim fights.
Ritu is, I don't know what this song is, but she's feeling it. It's kind of Indian rap.
She's very confident, very relaxed always.
Yeah.
And I think she just looks more and more confident every fight.
Yeah.
I think her English is getting better and better as well. I think speaking to her before, I think that gives her more confidence as well.
For sure. Yuri Prochazka's English is improving as well. Just a random observation from this week.
Who's English?
Yuri Prochazka, the UFC light heavyweight. I think Ritu's going to win this.
Yeah, I think she's probably favourite to win the whole
she's
thing
in
at the
danger.
moment.
You know what? You're right. I think
I know John and
yeah,
Chris
it
are both
sucks,
kind
man.
of backing Julie, but I think
I'm just so
Ritu-
sad Denise and Ham are out, and that's why I was pissed off they matched them up together in the first round, because the danger is you lose both of them. You know what I mean? If they put them on the other side of the brackets, we'd have one of them still left in this tournament, I think.
Well, I don't know. Would Denise have cut? Or they saying that she's back in the gym? It was pretty quick turnaround for a nasty cut.
No, but let's say they didn't fight each other. If Denise had Elise Anderson or someone else on the other side of the bracket, I think Denise would be in the semis right now. And
yeah, you're probably right.
we'd either have one or two of Ham and Denise still in the tournament. And I do think matching the two best fighters up in the tournament was stupid.
Yeah, it was a crazy thing to do, really. I mean, I wasn't too pissed off about it because I thought, well, actually, I wasn't pissed off about it from their point of view because I was thinking from their point of view, you've got to beat everyone anyway. You might as well get the favourite out
in a tournament where you're doing 3 matches in the space of 4 months. You probably want to keep the 2 top fighters away from each other until the final. But
yeah,
hindsight. I'm being Captain Hindsight here. You know.
Well, no, you said that at the time, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see reasons for and against. Well, I say for and against. Yeah, I mean, there's more reasons against it, but I wasn't too disappointed. But mainly because I think, well, you were pretty annoyed for Denise as well. But for me, yeah, it wasn't ideal for Denise. But then on the other hand, I think it's a compliment to her because they usually give a big name the toughest debut they can. And also from her point of view, if she beats Ham, which most people thought she did, then she would have been a huge favourite going forward. She'd have got to a certain extent that you can't say for certain, but she'd have got the toughest test out of the way and then would have had the confidence going forward.
I just think it would have been a great final if you kept those 2 apart.
Yeah, well, saying that though, it was by far the worst fight of the 4 quarterfinals.
But I think Denise said she got knocked out.
It may have been different as well without the concussion.
Yeah.
If it was a final, if they both had 2 recent fights under their belt going into the final, but for the actual fight goes, that was
All right. Well, here we go. Round 1. Ritu Phogat against Jenelyn Olsim, who is a late replacement on 4 days' notice. Can Jenelyn upset the apple cart? Let's see.
Jenelyn was due to fight today anyway.
Yeah.
Against Jean Radzuin, who
very different opponent though, I think.
Well, I don't know. Jean Radzuin and Ritu Phogat, similar as in they both want to get the fight to the ground. Ritu's got the biggest change because she was supposed to fight Itsuki, who has a similar tactic to her. Now she's fighting a Stoica.
Ritu, 20 seconds in, Ritu shoots, Jenelyn stuffs.
Well, that's the key to this fight. If Jenelyn can keep the fight on the feet, she's going to win the fight.
Ritu's gone for the takedown again. All right. Jenelyn is stuffing it. Got a single. Oh, down. Ritu's got it down. Yeah, this is what I feared. You're going to have 5 minutes of this, so.
Well, unless she gets the finish before then, which is not beyond her. Although, like I said, generally in their ground game, for strikers, looks pretty impressive for their first 2 ONE Championship fights.
Dwayne says it's over. Jenelyn by upset, says Percy. Give us your predictions, guys, in the chat. Let us know what you think, please. Ritu. Oh, Jenelyn standing up. Single leg again. I just don't think Jenelyn can stop these takedowns.
Well, that's the challenge when you fight Ritu. The challenge isn't to avoid getting beaten up on the ground. The challenge is to avoid getting down to the ground in the first place. And you know what she's going to do because she openly says that's her plan, to get to the fight to the ground. There's no secrets. There's no mixing it up, really. It's just, this is my game plan. I'm going to implement it.
She's not getting a triangle here, surely. Jenelyn going for a triangle.
No, she submitted Mariah Meza, who was the grappler going into that fight.
I mean, that would be, yeah. If she submitted Ritu, that's crazy. I don't see it happening. Ritu just oh my god, the knee. Ritu looks wobbled there. Shit.
Well, we know
If
after
you're
the last
Jenelyn,
fight, Ritu's
pour it
got
on
a
now.
skin on her.
Pour it on. There's a single leg. I just can't stop these. Ritu is so strong.
That's, I mean,
Ritu
I think it was John said before he goes, I can't understand why anyone compares Ritu to Khabib. But I think there are similarities there. I'm not saying they're exactly the same, but Ritu just gets fight to the ground and then she starts, more often than not, mauling her opponents.
Yeah, that's
and she has different ways of doing it. She's amazing at getting a fight into a crucifix. She seems to do that almost at will.
I don't feel her ground and pound is as savage as Khabib's, obviously, but
no, but whose is?
Yeah, she doesn't smash, you know.
Yeah, you can't really compare that. But
she's
it's
so
in the
new
same
still
ballpark.
She's what? This is her 8th fight.
Yeah, she's only been competing in MMA for under 3 years.
Yeah. I think Ritu is a definite future champion or contender, at least.
She has a great mindset.
Yeah.
Big work ethic.
Ritu fell.
So look,
side control,
she's almost got in a crucifix again. Look.
Yeah. Jesus.
Jenelyn's defending it well, though.
Yeah, Jenelyn's doing very well. But do you see some way to victory for Jenelyn if this is how it's going to go for 15 minutes? I don't know.
No, like I say, she landed the knee. She needs to, find a way to keep the fight on the feet. I mean, like I said, it's not impossible for her to get a submission. Because Ritu, up kick. Illegal up kick.
Illegal. Red card.
Not red card. Oh.
Red card.
That's a funny one because when you're on the bottom, you think really you should be allowed to up kick someone in the face because you're on the bottom. But I guess if your opponent's got at least one knee down, you can't do
drama. Have we got drama coming?
Right at the end of the round as well.
Have we got drama?
Oh, we've got drama, yeah. How much drama have we got?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, that one missed. That one, there wasn't really any backswing to it. That was in the throat. Ritu's like what is going on here? It wasn't, obviously it was illegal, but it wasn't a huge, she didn't have like a big, what's the word?
Sounds like a warning. Just a warning from the ref. No yellow card for Jenelyn.
Her foot was almost in her face.
When
she landed it, there wasn't a big swing.
Here we go. Something else is happening.
Punch by Ritu?
Yeah, it's all going on at the end of this round.
I didn't hear when the bell went, but it looked like she threw a punch after the referee stepped in.
Yeah, Muktesh, they're going to upload it, don't worry, on ONE Championship's YouTube channel pretty much as soon as it finishes.
It's live now on YouTube if you have VPN, wherever
I don't know where you are, Muktesh, but
it's live in most. It's only a few countries. It's not on YouTube. If you're unlucky enough for it not to be on YouTube in your country, you could use a VPN, or like Nick was saying, it will be uploaded to YouTube over the weekend. Every fight will.
Download
every few hours they'll upload a fight.
Hola VPN gets you anywhere in the world. You didn't hear it from me. You did, but you didn't.
And if the police ask, you haven't seen us.
Yeah, Chris told us. Yeah, shit. Ritu was mad there, man. All right, round 2. What can Jenelyn do? Kick to the chops.
I was going to say, she doesn't want to throw too many kicks really because she doesn't want to get taken down, but them kicks look pretty good. Here we go.
We got a big old takedown here. Oh, a slam. That could be a slam KO. Would that be illegal, Leon?
I think it's okay if they don't land on their head or neck.
She slammed her on her neck.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, more the back, I think. It's a tricky.
Can you imagine?
They need to be a bit more transparent really there, I think, with that rule. Because I think
if Chatri stormed into the cage. Red card, Ritu. A billion hearts break in India.
I remember when Christian Lee got red carded for a suplex on Edward Kelly.
And then Angela did it to Panda, and they didn't look. Oh, that was fun. That was a total fucking suplex, right? In Angela and Panda. No dispute. There's definitely a suplex.
They need to be a little more transparent, really, with the rule.
They just sort of change the rules.
Suplex. It's funny because the UFC and that are all in arms about one come. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, oh, Jenelyn.
She's fine. About one coming. Oh no, yeah, she's fine.
Oh, Chicky Amber.
It's funny. It's like 6 of one, half dozen the other. Like in one championship, you can knee a down opponent, but in the UFC, you can suplex someone on the head. It's like, you know what I mean, it's not.
And then the UFC fans think knees to grounded opponents are disgusting.
Exactly.
Like, I'll just slam you on your fucking head.
Or your neck.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Could Ritu gas, Leon? And
she did against P, but that's the only time ever she's really gassed.
She's throwing a few punches now.
Halfway through the fight as well.
Yeah, I think she got this in the bag. Let us know what you think is going on, guys, in the comments. Chatri enters the circle. There's no chance in hell plays. Is that to give Ritu her red card, Dylan? Yes. Okay. Please speak about the fight only, says Aryan. All right, Aryan, I'm going to speak about the fight only. Oh my God, it's over. It's already over. Shit. Jenelyn just slammed Ritu on the head. It's all over, Aryan. Shit. Ritu has lost. Jenelyn is into the final of the atomweight Grand Prix, Aryan. Oh my God. I'm kidding. I'm talking shit. I'm just having bants.
I like Nikola Tesla's comment there.
Yeah. What's happening? Speak clearly. I just did. What is happening is Ritu is fucking... I don't know how you describe this.
Well, she's dominant in this round, but she's not really causing much damage.
They are fighting. That is what's happening, yes. Ritu is sort of immediately picked up Jenelyn Olsim again at the beginning of this round. And Jenelyn is doing her best to fight Ritu off. Ritu is trying to sneak in as much ground as pound as she can. In between, Jenelyn is trying to fight that back. It is carbon copy of the first round, guys. I don't know what else you want us to say. Ritu is on top. Jenelyn is trying for headlock, says Gopi Krishnan. That is it. 50 seconds more. Indeed. I am not a color commentator, guys. I'm a professional bants provider. That is PBP. We don't have our main analyst here either, Chris. Chris dipped after I don't know what happened. So I'm going to send Chris a text message saying, "Where are you, sir?"
Looks like Jenny's going to survive this round, although she hasn't really. She's been on the bottom for actually the whole round, but she hasn't really taken any damage. Didn't really do a lot with that top position that whole round.
Third round.
Although obviously she's clearly up on the scorecards.
Yeah, that's a slam. Do you see that?
Yeah, she landed
Is
on
that-
her back though.
I saw her head bounce off the canvas. It bounced off the canvas like a. I don't know what the comparison is, but what's the rule, Leon? If you land on your head, is it a no?
Well, I think the word they use is you don't have to suplex someone on their head or their neck.
Quick highlights of the fight. Ritu has pretty much dominated 2 rounds. She has successfully taken Jenelyn Olsim down every time, and Jenelyn has fought back as best as she could. There's been no clear 10-8 rounds, I wouldn't say, if you were judging it by the master score system. But Ritu well in control, and Jenelyn, I think, needs a near finish or a finish to trouble Ritu here. Yes, Ritu's got another takedown. The one bone of contention, though, is there was a slam, which is banned in ONE Championship, and I don't know if it's on the back, if it's okay.
But there's also an illegal up kick as well in the first round.
Illegal up kick, sorry, at the end of the first round, which Jenelyn did not get a yellow card for, just a warning. Jenny's got Ritu's neck. Yep. But I think Ritu's okay.
Yeah, so the key to this fight was Jenelyn keeping the fight on the feet, and she just hasn't been able to manage to do that.
Percy asks, what's going to happen with Itsuki Hirata and Meng if the Grand Prix is over when they get healthy? Look, what's going to happen is we've got plenty of great fights. We've suddenly got a division that is, I think you've got a top 10. You know, not just a top 5. I think you've got so many great matchups you can go to, and I can't wait.
We need more and bigger fight cards so we can see all these amazing fights.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, there's just not enough cards or fights to satisfy our needs.
There's 3.5 minutes left, Aryan. I'm guessing you're a Ritu fan. I don't know, but Ritu is going to the finals of the atomweight Grand Prix. She is kneeing Jenelyn in the mush, as we call it, the head. She might get a finish here. Jenelyn's doing well.
She's actually defended pretty well. She's restricted the damage. She hasn't really looked in danger of being finished, but she just hasn't been able to stop the fight going to the ground. So the fight's just been in Ritu's world.
Aryan's a Ritu fan. Aryan, Ritu is heading to the final. Don't you worry about it. Unless Jenelyn pulls something out of the back. She's got the neck, but no, I think it's safe.
To get a finish, which is the only way she can win, really.
Yes, Aryan, I think your girl's going to the final of the atomweight Grand Prix. It's been a pretty dominant performance. Jenelyn has done well, but I don't think she's threatened Ritu at any time, other than with the illegal up kick.
Well, there was that one knee.
Cheeky knee. That was a cheeky knee, yeah. I mean, if Ritu can get a sneaky finish now, that would underline it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's been a good performance by her, but not a great performance. She's dominated the whole fight, but without ever looking like she's close to getting a finish.
Yeah.
So she'll be sort of relatively happy with this, but probably not really happy.
But this is what I interviewed Arjan Bulla, and he said I said, what would you tell Ritu for this fight? I mean, it was against a different opponent at the time, right? Tsuki, and he said, go to your wrestling. Just use your bread and butter, go to your wrestling. That's what DC tells me.
The Azuki fight was going to be really interesting because they both would have had the same game plan. Well, that's been their game plan every fight they've had. Take their opponent to the ground and then dominate them there. So it would have been interesting to see who was able to implement that style before the other one.
Oh, Jenelyn was in the mount there. Oh, no.
Of course, just imagine if Jenelyn did pull this win off, though. How crazy that would be.
That'd be mad. I don't think she will. We've got 37 seconds left.
Yeah.
To go for a triangle. I don't think it's locked in.
No, I don't think so. She's got 20 seconds to do something miraculous.
That would be crazy if she does.
Yeah. That's it.
some people putting some false information in the chat. Ritu did not get submitted, guys. She has won this fight, barring a huge robbery. Ritu is going to win this.
Yeah,
it's all over. Yes, I fully expect Ritu to win this fight, Leon, and go into the final of the atomweight Grand Prix.
Yeah. Now the question is, who will she face in the final?
Yes, I said Stamp before the night begun, and I'm sticking to my guns.
So I think we're both 4-1 tonight.
Yeah, if I hadn't been robbed by those damn referees or whatever.
Mind you,
I would be 5-5.
my Jeremy may have still won.
Lee had that, mate. Lee had it.
I don't know. I think the Jaguar was winning the fight at that point.
Don't cloud the situation. The truth was Lee got robbed. It's okay to admit it.
I want to see the eye poke again. I mean, I'll say again. I didn't see it the first time.
Ritu Phogat moves to 7-1 in mixed martial arts. She is into the final of the atomweight Grand Prix.
What a turnaround after losing to B, although controversially. Yeah. But the way she lost that third round against B, whether she won or lost, that third round was a bit of a warning sign. Like, wow, she's not indestructible. Well, saying because I think I said at the time, B was the perfect opponent for her at that time in her MMA journey. She fought gradually better and better. Then B was that next step up, and she kind of faltered a bit because she just gassed in the third round. But since then, she's just.
I'm going to take these quotes, Leon. If you bear me 1 second. Oh, damn it! We've got a translator out. I thought Ritu's English was. You told me it was improved, Leon.
It's definitely getting better, yeah. But I think feels more confident with a translator.
This is important for me. All India hopes. So I want to, all fans, I want to give 100% and give my country a first women's world champion. So that's why the fight is very important for me. All right. There we go, guys. So she started. She did show off her improved English. Yeah. I talked too soon. I spoke too soon.
So
But
again, she's looked good, but even with that performance, I can't see her troubling Angela Lee really, unless Angela Lee comes back very rusty.
I think Angela, the only two women who were gonna really trouble Angela were Ham and Denise, and they're both out.
Yeah. I think
But this is
Ritu down
good.
the road
This
will
is
do. I
good.
think it's just a little bit
Yeah.
too early for her in her.
Or is it, look, this
MMA
is
journey.
fine. Like we're saying, we have a division now. We didn't have a division before. We've now got a division where I think Angela has threats from all over. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think for Angela, the goal is to defend her title, which again she's going to be a big favourite to do so, and then you can see her moving up to the strawweight division before the Ritus, Yatsukis, the Stamps go up another level. Will there be a serious challenge? I think before that happens, she'll move up to the strawweight division. The strawweight division isn't that strong either, really.
Look, yeah, you're right. I
Although
think
she's lost
Angela's going
Michelle
up anyway. Yeah.
Nicolini, and obviously she's 1-1 with Jeong Jingnan. She's already, even though she's 0-2 in
Nailed
the
it. Nailed
strawweight
it.
division, she's a top 5 fighter already in the strawweight division.
Ritu
What's
is
that?
not beating the winner of the next bout, says WMMA scene now. Interesting. Will Stamp or Julie threaten Angela? Asks Aishin Lam. What do you think, Leon?
Going Stamp.
No, but like, whoever wins this fight, would either of these
right.
two threaten Angela Lee?
I don't know. I think it'll be competitive. I think Ritu will be the favourite against. Well, it depends. If one of these two blitzes their way through this fight, then you could potentially say they're going to be a favourite against Ritu. But if it's a decision, and I think it will be a decision, I think it'll be a close fight. And I think Ritu's a favourite because, again, her wrestling's so difficult to deal with.
Gopi says Stamp is tougher than Angela, I believe. Sandeep saying, let's watch Dwayne. Julie might win since she's got a good striking as
What's
well.
this promo?
It's going to be a good match. Oh, I missed it all. Is that the one with Jared and Nita?
One Championship used my interview of Stamp the day after a controversial tap to.
Oh, you in the video?
Yeah. I'm not. Well, it's my interview of Stamp and Asian Persuasion MMA on the thing. Yeah.
Nice. That's good shit. They've asked me about 4 or 5 times. I've done interviews for the last 4 pay-per-view cards for the promos, and I think the first strike was the first one that actually aired. So that was good. Me and Tom Taylor. Tommy T.
Yeah, I sent the link in the group, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
To say yeah, they do make a good promo one.
They do.
And that was a good interview of Stamp because that was the day after. So that was quite a good cheeky little exclusive. Stamp the day after the controversy.
I remember your one when you got a Stamp and Rod Tang together. They interviewed each other.
Yeah.
They got like 300,000 views or something on YouTube.
Video. Yeah, I think it's all coming up to 400,000 now.
Oh, I misspoke. I was just texting Tommy Taylor there. All right.
Here comes the rain.
Raining in Bali, is it? It's raining fights here. Julie Mezabarba coming out. Asian Lamb says, I feel like Stamp is the underdog. Julie looks bigger, says Asian. I don't know. What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. Are you going with Stamp or Julie? Who's going to meet Ritu Phogat in the final of the ONE Championship Atomweight Grand Prix? Tell us now. Cast your votes. And also, give us a like. and a subscribe, please.
How far
You
are we
can
away
see
from
it.
21,000?
Let's have another look now. We are at 20,985. We need 15 more people tonight, guys, to
15
subscribe
more.
to the
Come
channel.
on, guys.
And then we'll be 21,000. We will hit our goal for 2021 of 21,000 subscribers. Let's make it happen tonight, please.
We
If you
can
haven't
do
subscribed
this.
already, you can unsubscribe tomorrow when I'll be asleep. But right now, I want to be. Do it. Do it for Leon. If you don't do it for me, do it for Leon. Do it for Julie Mezabarba. Do it for Ritu Phogat. Do it for Stamp Fairtex. Come on. Do it.
I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to get 21,000 before the end of this.
I've got a
main
good
event.
feeling. I've got a good feeling. Let's have some of Stamp Fairtex's Thailand fans, some of Julie's Brazilian. What are we going to call them? The Brazilian bad boys? I don't know. We need some names for the fans. Come on. Let's get SCMP MMA to 21,000 subscribers on YouTube. If you have not liked and subscribed, do it now. Do it for Ong La. As Dwayne says, do it for Ong La.
Wrong law.
And hang around. After this, we are streaming live from my roof, as we do after every single card. Ong La and I have a fight after every card on my roof. It's a private fight, but we stream it on this channel. So all you guys who want to see it, that is it. Stamp Fairtex.
We're only seconds away from the stamp dance.
Hey, she's not got a costume on. Is she gonna throw on
But
something
she's got
here?
kind of a costume on. She's got like combat trousers on. That's probably going to be related.
I
to
thought
the
she's
dance.
gonna have some kind of wacky Halloween costume. I reckon they filmed this like 10 hours ago, and it's just she's gonna come out as like Ghostbusters or some shit.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anyone come out in like combat trousers before?
I don't know.
I've never seen that.
What do you think the stamp dance is going to be, Leon?
Well, you're asking the wrong person there, because as much as I enjoy them,
Yeah, I never know what they are.
I wouldn't know how to describe them in any sort of technical term.
It's always something I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's like BTS or whatever that is.
It's always just sort of dancing. We've got a couple of cheeky little bodies as well, setting the scene.
Setting the scene.
Wearing
Dressed
matching
similarly
trousers.
to Stamp. Someone is going to tell me what this is and what it means.
Here we go. What's the song? Do you recognise the song?
No idea. I do love the stamp dance.
The Thais know how to make an entrance, don't they? Stamp, rod tang, pet down.
It's just great that you could be so focused, or not as in like just be able to do this before your fight. I'd be a bag of nerves. I'd be so wrecked.
Post for a
Here we
little photo
go.
there for David Ash.
David Ash, Singapore Maven, shout out. Wow, she's got backup dancers now. Yes, exactly.
Going up in the world.
This is a TikTok trend, says Dwayne. I mean, I don't know. I'm not on TikTok. You can only find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, SCMP MMA. Follow us, like and subscribe, please. We are not on TikTok because it's banned in Hong Kong. This is a true story.
TikTok's banning.
Yeah,
I guess it's
it is.
Chinese, isn't it?
It is, yeah. No, it's not. I can't remember. Yeah, something happened with it. It's. I've never actually known the pleasure of a TikTok. So the song is, says Dwayne. So I'm guessing she used it because she does TikTok. Yeah, I don't know what TikTok is really. I've seen it, like I say, banned in Hong Kong. As many things are nowadays. As many things are. But what is not banned is dragon water,
This Stamp
the
petition
most
you
delicious drink in all of Hong Kong. And neither is subscribing to SCMP MMA on YouTube. That's not banned yet. So if you haven't, please do it. Let's see if that drive led to any subscriptions. It did. We've got 2 more. 20,987.
Oh, so I told you, I think we're going to do it.
Come on. 21,000. Let's do it. 13 more people. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already.
2 months ahead of schedule.
2 months ahead of schedule.
She's Stamp. She's only 23 as well.
That's madness.
For someone who again only made the transition from Muay Thai not that long ago, like Ritu, she's a baby still in MMA terms. The advantage Ritu's got is she comes from a wrestling background, which tends to dictate where a fight goes.
That's true.
We're in the day and age really where generally a good wrestler will be a good striker. They're generally able to
intrigued.
get the fight to the ground and then
Intrigued.
do their thing.
Exactly, Dwayne. If you aren't sponsored by Dragon Water by the end of 22, I don't even know anymore. Mate, if they don't come back to me in November, I don't even know.
Do you think possibly Julie could be a little bit overconfident? I mean, she's adamant she's going to knock out Stamp. On the same hand, Stamp's so motivated because of what Julie's been saying before the fight.
Jesus, you raised a good point, Leon. I think I'm just going with Stamp. I'm going with Stamp. But you know what? Julie looked really, really damn good against Mei Yamaguchi. But the mitigating factors are Mei is 38. She's not at the peak of her powers. Is she going to look as dominant against someone who is kind of not too, similar height and similar power? Let's see what happens.
That's my question mark as well. Yeah, she looked amazing. It's Mei, and Mei is a legend of the sport and a legend of the one atomweight division. But like you say, she hasn't competed a lot in the last few years. She got dominated by Denise. I think before that she might have been on about a 3-fight win streak.
Yeah, she was putting together a nice streak, but she's a lot shorter than Julie.
She's so small. I've interviewed her a few times. She is so short.
She's even shorter than me, and that takes a lot, They're going to touch gloves. All right.
Here we go. The main event.
The main event. Let us know who you got in the chat, please. Tell us. Dwayne's glad because it's 1:05 a.m. It's a cheeky 11:05 here. I'm happy with that. Not too bad.
So is Dwayne in Australia?
Must be somewhere.
Down under?
Down under. That's a song, right? Volkanovski walked out to it against Ortega. That was so good. Do you come from a land down under? Oh, Julie swinging. All right, let us know who you got in the chat. Johnny's saying Stamp all day. Dwayne's in Saipan. I see. Jeez. I had to Google that, Dwayne. It's the largest of the Northern Mariana Islands, a U.S. Commonwealth in the Western Pacific. Do you know where Saipan is, Leon?
No.
I did not know. Now I know. Wow. It's off Guam. Whoa, that is out in the sea. Interesting. How is it there, Dwayne? I've never met
Did
anyone
someone
from
mention Guam earlier
Saipan.
tonight? Oh, someone said they thought they saw Christian Lee in Guam
Yeah,
earlier.
was it Dwayne? Did you gotta go on and see Christian Lee?
What chances that Guam comes up twice tonight?
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought? All right. Will Julie get it to the ground? Asking Ocean. I don't know. They're both looking like they're content to stand up. We are 2.5 minutes in. Nothing has happened yet. I think that's safe to say.
Stamp's landed the more leg kicks, which probably
Yeah.
means she's slightly up on the card. But yeah, nothing massive has happened so far.
So it wasn't Dwayne who saw Christian Lee in Guam. Did you see Christian Lee in Saipan though? Is
Or
that
Christian Lee's look-alike.
Yeah. Shout out to Rocky Martinez and Guam MMA, says Dailin Balka. We love Dailin. Mr. Dylan Balka, the main man, the Canadian conqueror, the hero.
Is it Dylan who's always really polite on the one media
It
calls?
is. He's like, "Oh hi, I'm so thankful that you could take my questions. I was just wondering if you."
Yeah.
Whereas Leo's like, "All right, mate, can I ask you a question?"
No, I love Dylan's politeness though.
Yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time. We need a bit more of Dylan's attitude in this game.
Yeah. Oh, the head's there for the knee.
Oh shit, Christian Lee is in Guam. Dwayne has gonna get to the bottom of this. Man's in Guam. Two Lovers Point. Where is that?
I don't get that.
He's in Guam.
Whoever
Whoever said he was in Guam was right. Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying Mezabarba's hair is about to go all over the place and get in her face and her eyes.
Yeah,
I
you gotta
can't
braid that
understand
shit.
anyone who's got hair that's longer that goes down lower than their eyebrows, not doing like putting in plaits or something where it's 100% not going to get in their eyes. I don't
I can't even
understand
play
that.
football with my hair flopping about. I couldn't imagine fighting for my life.
Surely that should be one of your main priorities going into the fight. So that's one thing you haven't got to worry about. And we've seen so many times before, unless it's in plaits, no matter how tight you put it, your hair's going to start going everywhere.
Can I just say, whoever said they saw Christian Lee in Guam earlier today in the chat, and we ridiculed you, we belittled you, I apologize because Christian Lee's in Guam. Yeah, and Dwayne Torres has pointed us to the Instagram. Dwayne's not too far from Guam in Saipan, but whoever it was, sorry, please shout out if you're still watching. And yeah, but here we are. We won round down. Sorry,
do we know why he's in Guam?
I think man's having a little cheeky holiday, and why not? Second round. That was a tough round to call. I don't know. How would you call that, Leon, if you were doing it in a mass system?
Stamp had the edge the first half of the round. She was landing more, particularly leg kicks. But then Mezabarba had a bit more control against the cage second half. And Stamp came back throwing a bit more at the end. But yeah, very close so far.
We are at 2,990 subscribers, guys. Keep it coming. 10 more before the end of this broadcast, and Leon will take his shirt off, is the deal.
Willingly, because I'm sweating.
Willingly. All right. Stamp Fairtex, Julie Mezabarba. It's a bit of a standoffish kind of affair. It's kind of cagey. Is that a fair assessment, Leon?
A little bit, yeah. They're both respectful of each other. Like I said, Stamp's main attack is going to the legs. Mezabarba hasn't done a lot apart from when she got the clinch and then took Stamp against the cage.
Do you think Angela Lee has a field day here with either of them?
I think right this minute, yeah.
Does Ritu have a field day?
I don't think she has a field day.
Could either of these two?
Well, it's difficult to tell because this has been a stand-up fight. Whereas we know Ritu, we know what her game plan will be just to take the fight to the ground as quick as possible. So the key again would be with whoever fights Ritu is how good is their takedown defense. That's the key.
Drones 671 saw Christian Lee in Guam. Drones, I'm so sorry. We laughed at you. You were right. Christian Lee's in Guam. I hope you see him again tomorrow. Maybe he's there for a while. Go get a picture. He's a nice guy.
So get a picture. I'm sure he's on holiday. Probably doesn't really interrupted, but I'm sure
he'd love it. You know
more
what?
Than happy to give the odd person a photo and that because
gentleman. Yeah, he's
so nice.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's not getting mobbed. I'm sure I don't know much about Guam, but I'm sure it's pretty quiet there.
Christians are in Guam. Yeah.
How many ONE Championship fans are on Guam? But
they're all coming up to him like, "You got robbed."
Yeah. This is what I think Stamp's
Here we go. We got some action. Here we go.
Chris criticises Stamp's ground game, but I think Stamp's ground game is fantastic. For someone who's been doing MMA, the ground game as little time as she has, I think her ground game is amazing. She was on the bottom, she's turned it around. Her ground game against Aliona, who's a grappler, who's an armbar specialist, was brilliant, particularly in the first fight.
Yes.
I'm not sure why
100% agree.
I'm not sure why Chris criticises their ground game so much.
Well, we all know Chris is a quitter who quits the live stream in the middle of it. So you can't trust his opinions. I mean, it's no coincidence that he supports Liverpool, who are also a terrible, awful team of footballers. So, I wouldn't listen to anything Chris says, to be honest. Yeah.
I mean, this is the most decisive moment of the fight.
Yes,
the ground pound she's landing.
Oh, she's got the back.
She's got the back now.
Yeah, here we go.
She's got the lock in, the legs locked in. Over a minute to go. Mezabarba isn't really doing anything. She's not looking to get up. She's not looking to attack. She's just.
Let's play devil's advocate, Leon. If shit stays like this, this might get finished here. Stamp Ritu, is that the best case scenario for one out of this semis? The mess.
I think so, but yeah, let's not. There's still almost 6 minutes to go.
I think, we could get a finish here.
And the first round was very competitive. This round was competitive until the last minute or so.
20,992. We got 8 more. Come on, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe now. And join us for
if you think Stamp's going to win, subscribe to the channel. If you think Julie's going to win, subscribe to the channel. Oh, and she's got the rear naked choking.
I don't know. It's not under.
I know, not under. But she's attacking it. She's attacking the neck. It's right in Julie's corner, though. So Julie will be getting feedback directly.
So, yeah, Rich was saying Julie he scouted Julie. She's one of his before Warrior Series fell apart.
Was it Julie that Misha Tate recommended?
Yeah.
It was, wasn't it?
I think Stamp is dancing between the rounds. I'm going to grab another dragon water. Hang on. Leon, should we give you a question? I'll only be 10 seconds.
That'll be fine, yeah. So, guys, got to say Stamp's winning this fight. Is she going to win the fight? Let us know. What does Julie need to do to turn this fight around? Oh, Ritu there. Is she giving advice to one of them?
What's Ritu doing? Studying.
I'm not sure if she was just, sometimes when you're watching, you get animated, or whether she was trying to give someone, maybe Stamp, a bit of advice. Like, I think Ritu would probably prefer to fight Stamp just for the fact that Stamp's the bigger name in ONE Championship, and it'd be a fun one. They've both got similar records. They're both babies in MMA terms. They're striker versus grappler, which obviously with Julie as well, but Stamp's the bigger name in striking as well as MMA, you'd have to say right now.
100%. I think Stamp is on her way to the final against Ritu, unless Julie does something big here.
So
what can Julie do?
She's got to be aggressive. She doesn't need a finish to win. She could, if she does better this round, it's going to be interesting. If she dominates this round, it's going to be even more interesting.
Yeah.
Will she go for the takedown again? Because going for the takedown has probably cost her really so far in this fight. If she loses, that may be the aspect that cost her the fight. Because Stamp was able to reverse, get on top, and then dominate the rest of the round.
Oosh.
Again, it's another calculated performance by Stamp. I know, like John was saying the other day, she's a bit slow in MMA. She's not overly aggressive. She's just very in control, though. I think she's confident in her game, confident in her ground game now, and she's just happy to stay on the feet and try and pick her opponent apart. I said she doesn't dominate so much, well, certainly not high caliber fighters. She doesn't really finish many fighters, but she looks good. She looks solid. That was a good kick. I think that connected to the face.
Kick.
And Julie really isn't, again, so you can see the respect she has for Stamp's ground striking now, which she said you didn't before, because even though she needs to dominate this last 3 minutes, she isn't doing a lot really. She's going forward, but she's still almost waiting for Stamp to throw something to try and counter. But if you're losing a fight, which she is, you can't afford to wait to counter. You need to be more proactive.
Yeah, there's no post-fight interviews, by the way.
Sorry?
There's no post-fight interviews, Aisham.
Well, not, yeah.
There will be,
we
but
won't be
they are done
tomorrow.
In-house. They're fake news. Fake news interviews hosted by one's own inside journalists. Yeah, you know what? It sucks. I want to ask questions. I'm pissed off. I express my displeasure.
Julie, she's not doing enough. She's losing the fight. She's got 2 minutes left. She needs to do something here to get the decision.
You are saying literally like you and Chevella are echoing each other. You should be a fight commentator, Leon, I think.
I wouldn't go that far. Stamp again, she's not doing anything crazy. She's just doing enough to win, which is, when she has lost, she's lost to Janet Todd, when she lost to Alicia Rodriguez, they were neck and neck close fights. And then obviously when she lost to Aliona, she dominated that fight really. She just obviously accidentally tapped out at the end of the fight.
Yeah, that's it. Last time Leon asked questions, girls cried. It wasn't me.
Well, it's both of us, wasn't it? We both. Who was it? We both. Well, yeah, I think you made 2 girls cry. I made one
it was 2-1 at the end. Yeah. Oh, spinning back fist from Julie, not enough.
That's not enough, though. A spinning back fist is not going to. Well, it's a low percentage shot to win a fight when you need. She needs a finish now. 3 minutes ago, she could have just dominated this fight and possibly picked a decision. Not now.
It's all over.
She's got to finish this fight in the last 20 seconds. And Stamp, yeah, she's just not doing anything silly. She's confident she's got this fight in the bag.
This is the most mature
And
Stamp I've ever seen, I think.
And she knows she may have a final of the Grand Prix very
In
soon.
about a month.
So she hasn't expended too much energy. She hasn't risked any injuries. She's probably got the win and comfortably. And she knows it. And again, Julie has got to eat her words. She said she was going to knock Stamp out. She said Stamp was slow. She said she's the better striker. And
they're going to do the face-off with Ritu and Stamp.
Yeah. And she didn't really do anything to prove it. She just didn't do enough. So that's me and you, Nick, 5-1 for the night, I think.
It should have been 6-0. I was robbed in that bullshit with the eye poke. I'm going to bring that up with ONE Championship tomorrow.
That's why, as good as Julie looked against Mei Yamaguchi, I didn't think she was in the class of Stamp Fairtex, which is why, for me, how confident I was Stamp was going to win, there wasn't any risk of me sitting on the fence. I just thought Stamp's the better fighter.
Dwayne, have a good one over in Saipan. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you liking, subscribing, commenting, and everyone else. Yeah. That is a win for Stamp there. Stamp is going to the finals against your girl, Ritu Phogat. December 3, they just announced it. Okay. I told you.
Still fighting December 3rd?
I told you at the beginning of the show. They're still doing a live show.
I know live show,
December
but I know that, but I didn't expect the Grand Prix final to be.
Yeah. So I think the winner of the Grand Prix is going to be Angela, and the winner in Colorado. Yeah, they're moving that. They're definitely moving that show to Colorado. You know it. It's all gone secret.
Well, we don't know. Well, that's still debatable, but
that's speculation.
It's almost certain now. The winner of the Grand Prix will fight Angela Lee on ONE X. So ONE X won't be in January. I think ONE X will be in March, and that gives them more time to potentially go to Colorado.
We got a bit of Quang on the broadcast translating. We love Big Quang.
I wouldn't say big anymore. She's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, she was never big.
Well, she was never big in the first place, yeah. I'll tell you what. Oh, I'll tell you in a minute.
I'm saying her MMA is not underrated.
I'll turn the volume up now for this last little bit.
What message you have for Ritu? Go on, Quang. Drop the translation. I bet Sam's like, oh, yes, let's have a good fight. Well, you better prepare very well, because I'm going to be there next time. Let's have a face-off. Let's have a face-off.
As much as I think we all wanted Denise or Ham in the final, I like this final. I
like this final. I do.
And I'm really happy for Stamp and Ritu. I remember when I said
I think there's enough steam behind it that you can build this up as a big fight, yeah.
Not only that, as two individuals, I'm really happy they're in the final.
Yes,
I
same.
really like both of them. Ritu's so nice, Stamp's lovely. And like I said to you before the Aliona rematch, here we go, upcoming events.
What the fuck? All right.
So that's NextGen 2 and NextGen 3. Yeah,
Ritu's in the cage. Ritu's in the cage.
I felt so bad.
Do a face off. Let's do it.
I felt so bad for Stamp after she lost both belts.
Face off.
And then the way she lost to Aliona. I really feel bad.
Here we go. Cheeky face off.
Take your mask off for the face off, Ritu. Come on.
Yeah, it's like, come on, you've just been in the fucking cage without a mask.
Yeah. I just think face
She's
off.
not the Muay Thai world champion anymore, right?
No. Who said she is?
Chevello just said it. All right.
I just think face-offs, some ceremonial weigh-ins, wearing masks is just a complete waste of time.
Yeah, I
If
agree
you can't
with
see
you,
their
Leon.
face,
Yeah,
pointless.
it doesn't. It's stupid. Yeah. All right. There we go. One got their wish. 2 homegrown fighters in the final, says WMAC now. Yeah, I think it's Leon. That's the best outcome. I think I said earlier possible, given the hand they were dealt. I'm hyped for that final still. I mean, if it had been Julie versus Ritu or Jenelyn versus Julie, I probably would have thought, we weren't promised that at the beginning, but there's still 2 of the fighters who were there in the beginning, the very first brackets. Have you got the fuck you lizard there? I can hear him in the background.
No.
What is that then? What is that?
There's a squeak. There's a bird.
Oh, okay, a little cheeky bird.
Yeah, I think Julie versus Olsim would have been a fun fight. I think it would have been a fun fight. But I think when it comes to names, Ritu and Stamp bring more to the table, and
that's it. Yeah,
I think they've obviously been in ONE Championship longer. They've had Stamp's had a whole journey pretty much in one, particular MMA journey. Oh, so Ritu actually her MMA journey. So they both had their complete MMA journey in ONE Championship in front of a fan. We've all watched them grow. We've watched them have heartache, controversy. We've watched them improve. We've watched their English get better. We've watched them, So this is a fitting final, really.
It is. I think you're right,
hopefully
Leon.
we will see Han versus Denise rematch, and then hopefully the winner of that give them the winner of the Angela Lee versus the winner of the Grand Prix. That makes perfect sense. Then that's perfect. Then Denise, Han, both of them. Denise gets a chance to redeem us, to prove that she's the better fighter. Ham also does, because although she won the fight, she must know most of the world thinks she lost it, and she can't be happy with her performance. Although she said, "Oh yeah, going by the scorecards, the scoring criteria, I've done enough, blah blah blah." She can't be deep down happy that the way she won that fight. So it gives her a chance. And then the winner gets a title shot, which then the world's a happy place.
Let me posit this, Leon. Al C with a comment here. I don't think Stamp already took too much damage, so hopefully fresher final. Let me spin this another way, though. Ritu is staying in Singapore, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Stamp is going back to Thailand. 2 weeks quarantine, yeah? And then she's got to be back in, let's say December 3 is the final. So she's got to be back in Singapore at the end of November.
2 weeks. So less than 2 weeks. A week, basically. A week training camp.
Can she not just stay in Singapore? Can they arrange something? I don't know.
That's it's a very good point. I hope that is considered, because, like you say, for Stamp, I mean, she's double vaxxed. She's wearing a mask everywhere. To make her quarantine in a room on her own for 2 weeks.
She wasn't wearing one for the face-off with Ritu.
Well, no, because she's fighting there. But apart from that, obviously, she'd be wearing a mask 24/7. Other than that, so for her to quarantine is just ridiculous. Anyway, well, it's not ridiculous. Well, it is and isn't, because obviously the vaccines isn't working. I'm not being controversial. That's a fact. But yeah, let her stay in Singapore for a month. She's got. I mean. Yeah, I'd say, where does she train?
Can they stay legally? Can they stay or what? I mean,
I don't know. Surely there must be a way around it. The Thai government, the Singapore government, own half of ONE, but let her train at ONE Championship. Evolve. Although Ritu's there as well, it's a big enough gym. They can do separate stuff. There's a lot of ties at the gym. Although I guess Ritu might not be happy if her teammates are training with Stamp. That probably wouldn't work actually, but. Yeah, that's a shame. That'd work quite well. But you've got Raju's gym, the Syndicate. What's it called?
Syndicate.
Not Syndicate. What's it called?
I don't know what you're talking about. I know what you mean, but I can't remember the name. It's going to be live, Percy, December 3.
Juggernaut, that's it. Juggernaut,
Yeah.
June.
Chevello let it slip, though. There, December 3 is the date. As I said at the top of the broadcast, they have postponed ONE X, but it's not cancelled. It is just they're still going to hold an event now on the Friday, the 3rd. So
I'd be amazed if they don't record 2 or 3 fight nights on that one and do them in December. I can't see them doing 2 or 3 live shows when they don't need to, when Singapore in a month probably isn't going to be better than it is now. Singapore have got their worst ever numbers by a million miles. So I think the main reason they've changed the card is because they can just do 2 cards in one, 2 or 3 cards in one on December 3rd, and then obviously do the stacked card, possibly in Singapore, possibly in Colorado, 3 months down the road.
there we go. I mean, I just think all signs point to ONE X being in. They have to have something up their sleeve, right, Leon? You wouldn't just pull Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah, you say
Gary
that,
Tonin.
but COVID, they pulled a lot of. They've had
No.
to pull a lot of stuff because of
Leon,
restrictions.
they're doing a card on the.
I know
3rd.
that, but they want to do their best ever card. They're selling it as their best ever card. Their last massive card was 1 Century, 2 cards in one. They need to top that. They probably can't top that with the
They're not
current
going to top it in
restrictions
January.
Singapore.
Shit's not going to change in January from literally.
No,
it
but
will
I
not
think it'll
change.
I think it'll be in March. It's not going to be in January, is it? Because they won't be able to have Angela
then-
Lee versus the Grand Prix winner a month later.
What's the point?
And he said in his post, it's cancelling because of COVID. He said that.
Just fucking do the fights then. It doesn't matter. Just do the fights. Look, no one really begrudges ONE. We all know that they cannot have fans in Singapore. It's fine. But no one's saying, "Oh, your biggest show ever must have fans." Is that really a thing anyone wants to see? No one really cares. We just want to see the fights. We want to see the fighters defend their belts. We want to see divisions move on.
Yeah, but is that the reason? I haven't heard any talk of that because they're cancelling because there's not going to be no fans in attendance.
I've heard that they want fans. Yeah.
Well, of course they do, but they want to go back to normal, but they can't.
But they can in Colorado because there's no.
But, I mean, in Colorado, yeah, they could still have
But
ONE
you're gonna
X
get
in
fans
December and still do another massive card 3 months
I
later.
don't know if there's a
Colorado.
huge ONE Championship contingent in Colorado. You know, there might be, but
See, I just think they're going to do ONE X in March in Singapore, Colorado, second half of the year, because I don't think they would. It may be a small element, but I don't think they would cancel ONE X just to go to Colorado in March.
look, I don't give a
1X.
shit. You can put ONE X whenever you want, but stop. Just let's see this fight. Let's see Gary Tonin against Tanley. Let's see Bibiano and John Lineker.
I agree. I mean, that fight could
Just do the
doesn't have to be-
fights. Don't
that
care
fight
what
doesn't-
card it's on. Just do
that
it.
fight- maybe that they will do that fight still on December 3rd.
No, they fucking cancelled it.
I know that. I know they've come to ONE X, but who's to say
No, they
they don't say
postponed it.
Gary, what the fight?
They postponed ONE X. Sorry, not cancelled.
I know, but
They've moved those fights as well. They
They
said.
could say Tan Lee and Gary Tonin, you're still going to fight on December 3rd, not
They-
on ONE X.
I mean, it's so confusing. They don't say anything, and it may actually happen that way anyway. But I just wish there was a little bit more transparency. But
We got to remember,
Yeah.
I agree with you. I can never argue with more transparency. That's often been ONE's problem in the past. They've become more transparent, which is a big positive. They could still be more transparent, as could all promotions. But I think you've got to give them a bit of leeway at the moment because the world, particularly in Asia, is a complete. In Singapore, they had a year of virtually less than 20 positive cases, no deaths every day for a year. Now their numbers are through the roof. So you've got to give them a little bit of leeway. But I agree, there should be more transparency. But at the moment, they've only just cancelled it a couple of days ago. They probably don't know what they're doing yet.
no, they do. They do.
They do. Well,
They
yeah,
know.
but
I mean, they've like I say, they've got a show on December 3rd. This is what's mind-boggling, Leon, is they postponed a show on December 5th in Singapore. and then they replaced it with a show on December 3rd. So why would you go back 2 days and
Because they're
then
going to have
move?
a card, but they're not going to have, because they want ONE X to be their biggest, baddest
but-
card ever.
But that means they have some
So
other
they can just
plan.
they can just have a medium. They can wait until they can have the card they want.
But we haven't had fans in Singapore for like.
I don't think it's got anything to do. It's got nothing to do with the fans. It's the fact of the logistics.
Are you just going to keep Gary Tonin and Tarnay waiting until they're like 75 years old, like when we might get fans back in Singapore? I don't know. Like, just put it on now. Stop fucking around. Let's go.
Put that
fight. Those guys
on.
want to fight. I know those guys want to fight. They don't give a shit if there's a fan in the building.
Exactly. Put that fight on December 3rd.
Yeah, just
Viviana
fucking
John
do it.
Lineker, that can maybe wait.
No, just do that as well.
DJ John Lineker.
None of it
Rod
matters.
Tank
Just do it. Just do it. If you, that's what I'm saying, Leon. If you have this Colorado thing, yeah, in January or February or March, and then you know you're gonna have fans, fine. But just tell us that. Don't hide it. Let us know.
Yeah,
and how many fans are you gonna get in Colorado anyway?
Things could change next week.
Things change every day with ONE, and I've written articles, where I've sourced it, double sourced it with people in ONE, saying, is this correct information? They say yes. The next day I get a text from someone in ONE saying, oh, this is wrong. I'm like, well, I fucking checked with you yesterday, and they said, yeah, shit's changed now. That's the problem with ONE. Shit changes every day because they're dealing with Singapore, and shit changes in Singapore every day. I think something is fishy because you don't postpone an event from December 5th, replace it with a live event on December 3, and then not tell us what's going on with the previous card. There must be something going on. It must be this Colorado
they've obviously got a
thing.
plan, but I mean, it's...
Yeah, maybe Ariel has the scoop, as Percy says.
Yeah, that's true. We'll probably find out in the next week.
We'll probably find out soon, yeah.
But you got to remember, they don't want to cancel ONE X. They don't want to do pre-recorded cards. They don't want to do 6-fight cards.
I don't want to see
they don't want to do that.
Cards. Yeah.
But, the world's fucked up right now.
It is, yeah.
And we're not in any position where it's getting any better. In fact, it's worse. It's worse now. There's more deaths. There's more deaths now than there was a year ago.
But Leon, they're replacing a live show with another live show 2 days before it.
Yeah, but they don't have to do. They could do a live show that isn't the best ONE Championship card ever.
Okay, all right. Straw poll. Whoever's still listening in the chat, do you give a flying F if the live show, the 10th anniversary, has fans in the arena or not? Do you care?
I'm not talking about fans.
What do you want then?
I'm saying they want to put on the biggest, baddest card ever.
What does that mean?
They want it to be stacked. Right,
we can stack it. They can stack a 6-fight card with 6 great fights.
But that's not ONE X. What Chatri's already said. What he's like.
It's just the era we live in.
It has to be bigger and better than 1 Century. And a 6-fight card, a stacked 6-fight card.
It doesn't matter to me if there's fans. There you go.
I'm not arguing that. I don't understand. I'm not saying anything about fans.
What? Sorry,
I'm talking about a stacked card.
Okay, they moved it back 2 days.
Chatri wants to put on the most stacked card ONE Championship has ever put on.
What does that mean, though?
He wants to put on a super fight card with like 5-6 title fights.
He wants to wait
12 huge fights.
He wants to wait 2 years to have Lineker v Bellingham and Tarnay v Gary Tonin, or what?
But I agree with you. The fights that have already announced, put them on the December 3rd card, particularly Tan Lee, Gary Tonin, because they've been trying to fight for about 9 months.
But by the time they can do this most stacked card in ONE history, it's going to be the 11th year anniversary,
Well, saying that, I agree. I mean, on one,
the point.
I can see where they're coming from, but on the other hand, who's just saying 3 months the situation isn't going to be worse, and they still can't do it? I mean, how many times can you delay something? So I agree with you in a sense that let's just put on a fight card on December 3rd and make it stacked anyway.
If we're being honest, the 10th anniversary was last month as well. It was September, and
there's that as well. Yes, I mean,
I think let's just do it. Acknowledge ONE's history, and then you can do a big celebration next year or the year after when the world is hopefully back to normal. You can have your big party where you're having the biggest stack card ever. But I just feel for the fighters. You stop telling them you're going to fight in December, you're going to fight in January, you're going to fight in March, you're going to fight in April, you're going to fight in September. They keep doing this. Just let them fight. What Penny for Tanley's thoughts and Gary Toner's thoughts, man.
I think Tanley Gary Toner 100% needs to be moved to the December 3rd card because
I hope so.
Because it's not as if it's like a
no, but Tan retweeted my thing when I told him. So he's probably been told it's off. You know when
I think that fight should be moved to December 3rd. The other two fights, I'm happy to wait to March, particularly Rod Tang DJ fight because it's a meaningless fight anyway. It's just a fun fight. That can wait till 2025 for all I care. But Stanley, Gary Tonin, let them fight December 3rd. Then the winner of it can maybe fight in 1X anyway. So it's not the winner is more motivation to win anyway. Not that the title on the line isn't motivation enough, but they can still get a fight on 1X if it really means that much to them anyway. But I'm sure they'd rather just fight anyway.
I just hope they give us some clarity, right? Because
I can't see the point
right now.
in not putting Tan Lee Gary Toner on December 3rd card. Because if you're putting a card on, might as well made it pretty stacked. And that's not a fight that's going to make or break 1X. As much as I can't wait for that fight, that's not the kind of fight. Well, it is kind of, but it's not like Shinyoki versus Eddie Alvarez, which will be huge in America, which obviously 1X is largely being aimed at the Americans.
It's a mess. Either way, what needs to happen is one needs to come out within the next week, I think, and clarify the situation.
They will do because it's only a month away. One have got better. They used to announce cards a week before. Like sometimes like that, they used to delay announcing cards so late. They've got better at it. But now obviously everything's up in arms. And they're in Singapore, two things about Singapore. Their numbers are their worst ever, and they're the strictest country in the world. So the combination of them two things together is a nightmare. Even though the Singapore government own ONE Championship, the fact they're so strict, the fact they're having their worst ever numbers is a disaster for ONE Championship.
Yeah. Well, it's a tough.
And how's it going to get better? Almost the whole country's been vaccinated. Do you know what I mean? So there's not a quick fix. They've just got to wait to ride it out. And even then, I don't know how long is that going to take?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with them. But I don't know what's going to happen with 1X. And I just want some clarity. And it'd be great if their website says one thing. The PRs tell me another thing. Chatri tells me another thing. Chatri was annoyed at me because he said I was like misinforming people on the show yesterday. And I said I didn't misinform anyone. I was just saying what I thought was the situation. So maybe I did get it wrong from his Facebook post. But what I thought from his Facebook post was that they had postponed 1X. And there was going to be no show in early December, right? And then apparently now there's this live show in early December. So they didn't say that in the Facebook post. They didn't list that on their website. I didn't think I was misinforming anyone. I'm just trying to defend myself. I never try to misinform anyone when I write anything or say anything on the podcast and stuff. So if I did misinform anyone, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think you just went for by the
trying to be honest. Yeah,
by Chatri's message.
Yeah, it caught me off guard a little bit. I was kind of upset when he said I was misinforming ONE Championship fans. I'm not misinforming anyone. I think the people who are misinforming ONE fans is ONE Championship sometimes because they have the wrong information on their website. You know what I mean? And they don't tell anyone what's going on. I am not misinforming anyone. I don't ever do that. I'm all about. I'm a paragon of the truth, Leon. You know it. like all mainstream media. I'm gonna get you started. Yeah. Well, no, I didn't mean to. I'm turning heel on one. That's right, so people. No, I don't want anyone to think I'm trying to. I'm never trying to misinform anyone. I'm going off the information I had yesterday or the day before, which was ONE X was postponed, and then we spoke about it on the podcast, saying the show is postponed, and then suddenly now we hear this talk of another show on December 3rd, which is 2 days before ONE X, and you're like, why would you postpone a show and then make another one 2 days before it? It's just bizarre. Anyway, Facebook is now Meta, as Percy says. So yeah, that's weird. Yeah. Sometimes one's website and the app don't match up. Well, they're both wrong. I checked both. They both have the wrong schedule on. I've spoken to PRs before who say, yeah, the website events are just wrong. I mean, I go on there sometimes and the event names don't even match like the events. You know, it's like especially the last 2 years. I know it's been tough. We are often like hopping on the fly of what we're going to do. You know, it's hard to do that. But
I always say you got to give them a bit of leeway because of the circumstances the last couple of years. But on the other hand, it's not difficult to keep the website updated. For me, there's no excuse for that.
No. I mean, that's your bread and butter.
There's other things that are so difficult. You know, things are moving, things are changing.
That's what I told Chatri.
Leeway for that.
I said, mate, like your website says different from what you're telling me. So how am I supposed to know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's your bread and butter, right? Website. You can't.
I mean, the website's very good. It's just the schedule is often is completely wrong.
It is. It's often, yes, more than completely wrong. And then I'm like, how am I supposed to know what your schedule is? I'm looking at your official website. Anyway, how are we doing? Should we log off? Should we go?
Yeah, I think we've been almost 4
hours. All right. Yeah. It's been a good one. It's been a good chat. I enjoyed it. Yeah. Stamp v Ritu final.
I think I'm really looking forward to
December 3. Yeah, it might be on this mythical ONE X card, which never happens.
Still gonna be, you know, there's still gonna be some big fights in there. I can see why they've done it, but I can see why you're annoyed as well because, you know, yeah, Chatri wants ONE X to be massive and big and that, but at the same time, you know, there were fighters like Gary Tonin and Than Lee. Just put them on the ONE X, the December 3rd card.
Well, all right. All that aside, Travel Bug Nitish says predictions for Ritu versus Stamp. That's a good way to sign off.
I find it very difficult to doubt Stamp because I've been so impressed with her every fight. She impresses me. I just love how much progress she's made to her ground game. But on the other hand, I think Ritu's wrestling. I think wrestling is such a big factor in MMA, and I think Ritu's wrestling could make the difference. Then Stamp's takedown defense and her defense on the ground is so good, but then she hasn't fought. I'm saying that Aliana Rosinia is a world-class grappler. Bit more of a submission artist more than the wrestling Ritu, but yeah, I'll think about it more in time. But yeah, I think it's a massively intriguing matchup.
You sitting on that fence there, mate?
I will make a decision. Well, I'm giving Ritu the edge at the moment, but I'll think about. I've got a month to think about.
You got a month to flip flop. All right, Percy's picking Stamp to beat Ritu. I am going with Stamp. I think Stamp's going to do it.
Yeah, I think Stamp will be able to keep the distance and I think she'll do a better job of keeping the fight on the feet than Oslim did tonight.
Yes, agree. I know. I think Stamp v Angela is they can market that pretty well. That's a good fight, and I think Angela wins that fight. And I think Angela v Denise or Ham, you know, they do the Denise Ham rematch eventually on this mythical ONE X card in 2027. They in a stadium. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think they'll have to rename ONE X ONE XI?
Yes, I think they have to rename it. One X will never happen. I'm just frustrated. I'm frustrated. But let us know your thoughts in the chat. Oh, we get out of here. It's like
Quickly before we
11:52.
go, how many subscribers?
Oh yeah, good shout. Let me refresh. Oh, so close. 20,996. We need 4 more, guys.
Come on,
4
guys.
more.
4 more in the next
Please.
1 minute.
4 of you who are listening haven't subscribed yet. Do it, and then that's it. We're done. 2021 is over. Is Ritu or Stamp a bigger threat to Angela? I think neither.
I think they both got. I mean, I think it depends how sharp Angela looks. I think Angela will definitely be the firm favourite going into the fight. But I think Ritu's wrestling could be a bit of a problem. I think Stamp's striking could be a bit of a difference. I think a bit of a problem. I think Stamp could potentially keep the distance and pick Angela Lee apart a little bit. Angela Lee is very hittable. She's very durable, as we saw in the second Jiang Jingnan fight. She took some massive shots. I remember she said afterwards, she said her dad told us, lucky you've got a head like a coconut. Pretty true, yeah. I think the key is, I think Angela will be a massive favourite, but if Angela Lee starts slowly, which she could do after a long layoff and having a baby, you never know.
You never know. All right, well, let's leave it there. It's coming up on 4 hours. It's been a good one. So Leon, thank you for sticking with me. I know we had that quitter, Chris. He's quit halfway through the show. You stuck through it to the bitter end. You can't fault that. It's been a pleasure, though. I always love these things, man. Can you just tell everyone who's still watching where they can find you and where they can subscribe to Agent Persuasion?
On this one occasion, I just want everyone to subscribe to SCMP MMA because I want to get to 21,000.
Yes.
I was adamant we'd get there before the end of the show.
We're close. But if you also need to go subscribe to Asian Persuasion MMA.
You can, yeah. It's on YouTube as well, yeah. But I bet 21,000 is hit by tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Travel Park saying that. All right. Yeah, when I wake up, that might be it. But please go support Leon as well, and follow Asian Persuasion MMA on every platform you can find, and
join the Asian Persuasion MMA group on Facebook.
Yeah,
fun
yes.
group. There's lots of One Championship posts. SCMP are starting to share more of their stuff into the group as well. You obviously share your own stuff in there, and help
I don't understand Facebook groups. It's baffling to me. I just barely understand pages, but
groups are a better way of getting interaction. Actually, embedding numbers. If you post as well in a group, it flies up.
I've got to get on that. But here we go. Might be back in some capacity on like very early Sunday morning to recap UFC. I'm not sure though because it's weird time over in Asia.
It's silly o'clock.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll see you maybe next week. I don't know. Yeah, there's a big pay-per-view next week, isn't there, Leon, as well?
Another pay-per-view next week, yeah.
268. Shang-Wei Li. But anyway.
And that'll be a more social time for us.
A little bit, yeah, in the morning. Thank you everyone who's stuck with us and commented. A pleasure as always. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with us. Stamp Fairtex, Ritu Phogat, atomweight Grand Prix final. I can't wait. Apparently December 3. So let's see what they say. But a pleasure. And Leon, thank you so much. See you guys when we see you down the road. All right, take care.